Okay, get that off and start this shit up. Let's go with my opening statement. Trying to be professional or something like that. So this stream will be interesting. We have at the center focus a Beckett, more or less. Really not talking much about the criticism that they received for his video. That might have changed given enough time, but then we have Westside Tyler, someone I've been keeping track of because he reminds me a bit of Bosch, but a very weird version of him. I still stand by that, even if there is some distinct differences between their philosophy. Tyler actually does the actual base leftist much better than Vosh and mostly has more solid and grounded arguments at his very best. But then there's this complete performative, unhinged side that I think even beats the lolly horsecock folder guy. I can't confirm. President Sunday had a bit about mirroring. I'm not sure if that is true. I'm not sure if anyone should trust what President Sunday thinks about anything. In fact, but a broken clock can be right twice a day. And no matter how disastrous his sort of video is and the sort of cope, a deflection here or there, I mean, Tyler's sort of unhinged nature might be a deflection for his stuff also. But still, Tyler seems to operate with the same no bad tactics, only bad targets principle when it comes to his worldview, that is. Hence why the odd pedo rant about the people around Beckett, especially like with Chud logic, doesn't say pedo, just it's weird to have all these pedo, I say that with air quotes, gives Beckett and a lot of the community the perfect thing for them and their audiences to really focus on instead of any criticism that seems to be for Beckett's video that came up in the core stream that Tyler went over initially. There's something to be said for what is it called? The Streisand effect or deflecting and many other issues here. And I'm not done with this prepared statement and just checking on things. With that in mind, I do believe Beckett might have gotten into communication with President Sunday. Actually, I think it was the other way around, if I hear correct, but worked with him lightly to Midland. Not sure the extent of their collaboration together. Tyler tends to assume the most weirdest sort of association that I think can't be proven, but it's not totally out of the ballpark. That's besides the point. Still, Beckett, it definitely seems from everything he went in with the best intent, working with President Sunday, making sure there's a more factual base comparison of this one person's DMs that they exchanged with. Going with one source that is heavily rumored, even if there was supported evidence around it on such reputable sites as Kiwi Farms, a little bit odd to do. But still, both videos have their utility, and I don't think they're going down anytime soon. But yeah, I'm not seeing the good part. What limited amount that there is of Tyler's criticism getting really focused on by really anyone else. But instead, the focus seems to be shifted to Tyler and his unhinged behavior and theory crafting for why Tyler would do such a crazy thing. I've heard several things, which could be wrong, could be right. I never like to speculate or go too strongly with that stuff, but that's just me. Now, I'm just prefacing this whole stream. I won't be focusing directly on this, although it will come up. But there are some things that I'm pretty much want to say in the beginning before I start the stream. Like, don't take offense if I get a little bit hyperbolic and a little bit uppity. It's just my commentary style. So, yeah, mostly I'll be going over certain sections of Beckett over 10-hour stream, looking at certain points that I think would be relevant and that I can comment on efficiently. That's a subjective thing like anything else. I'll try to be a little bit objective at points because that's where the meat is. Now, I'm rather loose, is one term just use. Chaotic is another one that I am fine with. So I'm up for anything. Well, not anything. But I do like to keep an open panel in case people want to come on and discuss certain things that Beckett, Tyler, maybe some other sources if you want to bring it into the fray, or what I will be commenting on in this stream. Say what you want. Come on to chat, DM me on Discord. I like feedback and getting interesting thoughts out there in the world. With that said, let's get into the stream. There will be some side content that might or might not get pulled in. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I'm fiddling around. Do you hear that fiddling? Fiddly, fiddly, fiddly. Timestamps, but might not be extremely relevant. Let's see what I got. COPECAST, Destiny stream, beautiful stuff, beautiful being here.
Okay. So I've been convinced I did a bad job.
I want to be clear on this. So, when anybody saw these DMs, especially the one who went round, with the oh god, what's the line? I want this to be the most expensive mistake of his life. A lot of people had that read. They were like, "What the fuck is this like? Is this like Pixie basically demanding money to stay silent?" Now, firstly, I want to be clear. If Pixie should get paid, I believe her legal fund is funded, based, awesome. I don't care. I don't care. But the problem with that read is essentially a lot of that seems to come from Straighter Raid. And I would be very surprised if the reading of those DMs and how they've been sort of whispered about as they've been passed through hasn't been influenced to some degree. Because it's quite clear that Straighter Raid was playing basically every fucking side. I don't know why. We'll get to some of this. But I think that does tarnish it. I don't think that's fair on Pixie. I don't. We'll get to some of the NSC stuff later. I have thoughts. I want to watch a little bit of the Tom stuff, but I do have thoughts. I also need to address some stuff with Dan as well. Anyway, keep going.
I did a bad job of a particular aspect of that account. Namely, I think it's twofold. The first one is the bullshit one, which I don't think suffices, but it's still a part of the equation, I think. The first one is, as I said, I was very sick and my voice was very...
We're gonna keep coming back to this, but I am going to just really want to drive this. Because it matters to me, if I'm honest. I don't care super much about a lot of criticism. You know, like Tommy said some really mean things about me. A few people have, and that's fine. I don't mind that. But I want to be really clear. I reached out to Nick super early. In fact, I reached out to Nick earlier than this, because when I first heard about these leaks being wider spread than Nick believed, or I believed, I told Nick, and that was like the 6th of January. Listen, Nick's my friend. He is a really fucking solid guy, and I would die on a hill for him. So
yeah, keep this in mind going forward. Friends, friendship. That seems to be a point, and it's just not within the commentary community that this seems to be a talking point. I mean, it's probably true. You create friendships within your network of creators, solidarity among people of like-minded individuals. Nothing wrong with that, but it definitely will compromise people's bias.
I don't like this narrative that I in some way was like, oh yeah, no, Nick needs to be in the video. He didn't. And I said it would cause issues if he was.
True. And Sunday put him in.
Look where we are.
And Sunday made a big deal.
I'm gonna be straight up as well. Do you know what 99% of the dramas that like end up impacting me are? This is true, and I realized this recently.
Very suggestive.
It's really
take.
fucking frustrating. 99% of the dramas that I somehow get involved in is person A coming to me and saying, I'm going to do thing B. And me saying, don't do thing B. Thing B is a mistake. And person A going, I'm going to do it anyway. And then people find out that I knew that they wanted to do thing B. And despite protesting and saying that's a dumb decision to make, I somehow still get shit for it. I don't understand. It's...
Maybe you should learn. Going into these things. Do you think it's a responsibility of a content creator to vet properly, make sure you know what you're getting into, what sort of shit? Different perspectives on that.
Like, I don't know whether it's because I'm pretty honest about where I like stand, and like there's a comment in this thread where it's like, well, people think it's sus because you hoard gossip. I'm a drama streamer. We all hoard gossip. I'm just honest about it. You want to know why no one apologizes and no one's honest about anything? It's because the minute you are, people get suspicious of you. And it's easier just to hide everything. And look.
Definitely the most honest thing here. Not saying the other part is dishonest, but take with a grain of salt here.
there are plenty of people who knew.
And just to let you know, I'm a skeptical person, so I'll take what I say with a grain of salt.
Lots about this who right now are pleading ignorance, or they're saying shut up, and I don't blame them a dot, because it's the easiest thing to do. You don't win by coming out and just giving your honest take a lot of the time, or being honest about how much you knew ahead of time. It doesn't work that way. Beckett, it's because everything is your fault. Thanks for the two. Fucking hell. I feel like there should be a limit on super chats, basically having to have me
True.
take the piss out myself.
Take the piss out of
yeah,
yourself, please.
I was
do.
open with Nick. I didn't actually just tell Nick either, to be clear. I went to
told
someone else
everyone,
who I'm going to
guys.
choose to remain, leave out of this. They're nothing to do with it. They haven't followed the Destiny stuff at all. They've not streamed on it. They have no interest in it. But I went to them on I actually went to them on the Saturday, on the 18th.
I don't know why any of that is relevant.
There we go.
And he does make the excuse that he's only on 2 hours of sleep. Okay. His job and fun stuff like that. And why did I include this? I have no clue. Not so erudite. I have no fucking clue. I hear plenty of stuff. President Sunday's failed attempt. Even I thought that was a failed attempt. It was a really autistic argument that she was trying to position herself with some weird terminology as a psychologist. Really autistic. But it does seem not so erudite is really fucking Destiny's manager. And if you're to believe the theory crafting of some people, she's also secretly in love. I think that's a bridge too far. That I don't know. I'm not saying Beckett does it, but some people like to throw that out. Maybe they're trying to be funny, but I think that sort of does a disservice to it. Everything comes down to sex, obviously, with Destiny.
I don't know, guys. You tell me. Does this look like somebody who is deeply concerned about the actions of their friend while having conversations?
Oh, I know this. I know this. This is the deflection. This is like, look, they knew this. And this is the same sort of argument I think President Sunday made with Nick talking about this on the New Year's stream, which I'm sure I have a timestamp too. It's just a little bullshit.
I don't know. You tell me.
I mean, he's laughing.
Jingle bell, rock. Jingle bell.
So if he doesn't put out,
I was cleaning his image. I don't know if we'll get to this in Sunday's video, in Sunday's stream. But Sunday stole my take, by the way. I think he probably just agrees with it. But I don't think this has anything to do with financial stuff. I have been watching this unfold with NSC for months. NSC is somebody who picked her life up and moved to another country to live in a car to be close to this guy. If you sit down and watch clips of Erudite and Steven together, you tell me whether they're a couple or whether her and her husband are a couple. Erudite, in my opinion, is supportive of Steven because she's in love with him.
Okay, he does have this fucking theory crafting take. I don't know why. Maybe it's Beckett's audience. That's going to become up. That definitely is something that I find understandable, but really fucking weird.
Bridges is paying huge amounts. I don't know what the visas look like. I don't know what that situation looks like. But my personal opinion is I don't think this has anything to do with financial incentives. I just don't.
What the fuck? Why do they keep doing this? I don't understand this sort of fucking take. It just seems rather reductive.
I think it was pretty obvious.
But we're going to get into the ethics sort of thing. My problem is, what is these people's ethical system? It seems to be, consumer based. I'm going to give my audience what they want. People have criticism for me. That's fine. Are you going to change it? Are you going to take the criticism and move forward? No, I'm just going to duck out. I think that's a little irresponsible to do.
Yes, I was questioning this stuff and had started to side-eye a few people. The amount of general conversation, the DMs themselves, conversation was straight right. He was like, I'm going public. I don't disagree with his rationale. I don't. The rationale he uses in this stream is essentially that, the worst case scenario is people getting a hold of it who would just use it to try and hurt everyone involved. I think the fact of the way that people like Bad and Panada will have acted is pretty good fucking evidence for that. And these leaks, as I say, were pretty widespread. Um,
I don't know what's up with Bad Empanada. Is there a feud with him, I guess? Seems to be a lot of more interpersonal shit going on with this shit here, opposed to more factual based, evidence based theory crafting. Okay. He doesn't even get into well, he probably does at some point. Supposedly, Bad Empanada went on about how Destiny cucked Bad Empanada or some crap like that. I'm like, how's that relevant? But again, when I really investigate my own sort of ethics, which I've been thinking about for a while now, I wonder if they think about their ethical sort of framework because they bring it up a lot. But at the end of the day, mine is consequentialism. I don't care about intent so much. You need to take intent in consideration, but a lot of people will lie about their fucking intent. At the end of the day, you want to look at the results, what they do with their actions to sort of, and be honest with that. Admit your biases, which mine, a little bit off. I want to like Beckett, but there's a lot of things that I see that I'm like, oh, it just seems like you're doing whatever you can to avoid any sort of responsibility. You'll use your community as an excuse to get out of drama, being a drama tuber. Let me wait for that part.
I don't want to do like a deep dive into everything that happened behind the scenes because it's pretty easy for explanations to start sounding like excuses. And I'd rather just get the fucking criticism for making a video. I knew that his video was coming out. I was off.
But what are you going to do with the criticism?
For the evidence so I could cover it. At that point, I sat down with Sunday. We started going through his evidence. He started putting his video together. I read through 100+ pages of kiwi farms. And then on Sunday, and came back to finish his video, I said, because originally I was going to stream and just go over everything. I didn't think that was a good format. I put together a video. Max edited in like 2 hours because he's incredible. I just wanted there to be a record from start to finish of Straighter Aid coming to Sunday, providing this information and these leaks and what was in them. But on the first day of this, what I was provided was essentially the statement by Pixie and the DMs. So this was coming out. My belief is that if Erin gave this to Sunday, and knowing that Erin also gave these DMs to other people, I think this was pretty widespread. I think it's, as I say, much widespread than even I think it is, in my opinion. Myron sweat for Destiny. He may be in the fortress now.
Oh, thank you for chat. Giving him a reason to stop making excuses. Gotta love chat. Saving streamers all over the world from actually continuing their thoughts sometimes. And to basically give some streamers, not saying Beckett, saying in general, a sort of reason to sort of go off.
I did my video
Hope you guys are
covering
having a
them
good
having
night.
conversation and sweeping pretty aggressively for Destiny. Someone sent that.
Oh, sorry. Give me a second.
And sweeping. I did my video covering them having a conversation and sweeping pretty aggressively for Destiny. Someone sent that to Nick, apparently. So he gave me a DM. And the DM went like, hey, someone's seen this video. Probably have some harsh words from me in there. Just want to talk and clear up my side of this. You know, it's a minefield. I was like, okay, sure. I was starting to get really sick at that point. So the call was deferred by a couple of days. I think it's 1 or 2 days. I can't remember. So we had the call. And I've seen this guy sweeping for Destiny in that call, in the video that he's calling.
I want to be like, it's a fucking New Year's stream and a topic that no one wants to talk about because no one feels like they have enough information to talk about it comes up. Now, part of the problem is that, and again, I've almost got like a mirror thing here, right? People say,
yeah, I'll agree with Beckett on here. President Sunday is way too reading into this thing here because just like Westside Tyler doesn't seem to understand commentary or doesn't care to understand commentary, as Beckett, definitely one of Beckett's more relevant points that could come up or not. But yeah, President Sunday, although scrapping down with them occasionally like this, he doesn't understand the sort of ethics of commentary, or at least a certain branch of commentary sort of pull off. because his ethical framework seems rather shaky to me.
See, well, Sunday released the Nick call, and you knew about Sunday's video. You knew it was coming out, so clearly you're complicit. And this is the problem. No matter how honest anyone fucking is, and Nick was honest, he just went to Sunday and talked to him about how he saw the situation. He's probably more honest than he should have been. And then that gets used against him, which is incredibly shitty, and is in a microcosm why shit like this drama even happen. Because the minute anyone sticks their fucking neck out, they get it cut off. It's really frustrating. Now, I'm going to say this up front. Tommy said the same thing. Nick, right from the off, was appalled by these leaks. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, what
about you? Why are you referring to Tom? There's a lot of reference to other people in this. This is really, I mean, it's common practice in the community, and I really think it's flawed. It's flawed. It's a way to validate your own supporting thing by cherry picking what other more reputable creators within the sphere think about it. But sometimes when the creators come against you, you have to acknowledge that. And Beckett tries to sprinkle a bit of that in throughout this stream. So goes both ways there.
Say publicly, if Nick had just gone live and said, oh yeah, no, clearly this is non-consent, he would have got torn apart. Anyone would have. I'll be honest with you. I needed Sunday's DMs with Straighter Aid. I required them. I needed them to be able to lay out how all this had happened. So to show it. Because just showing the DMs would have been just a horrific mistake. That stream is everyone operating, like trying to work out just what level everything is at. And the problem with reading a live stream like this is I think Sunday has a very uncharitable read of it.
That's going to come up also. I do agree. Worst case scenario, trying to find a scapegoat. Definitely something that seems like President Sunday is at least trying to do. But I have no clue what Beckett was talking about before he said President Sunday. Just laying out the DMs. He needed the DMs from Sunday. Think about that, okay? If you needed something from someone else, I would be extremely suspicious of that, especially if you knew the type of person President Sunday was. And this just confirms it. Why you would assume that you're getting secondhand. Why not go to... Did he not get Straighter Aid directly? No, setting aside that being the only source, secondhand knowledge. That's probably the biggest fuck up of Beckett's video. He confirmed it with Kiwi Farms, which is fine. Always good to double check information to see if it's on the level, but it's still rather weak. Not that I'm not guilty of
but
certain things.
Who basically everyone, any fucking conversation that has come up about this, Nick's just like, yeah, Destiny's done. I'm done. Pretty much everyone has been moving to separate from him. Because regardless of what could be said publicly, and let's be clear, this is true of what I think more people.
I forget, Abba and Preach especially had a video on that. Separated. I think he handled it well, but he really isn't in a great position to get out.
People
there
than those people want to admit. They were in a rough situation of just trying to navigate a very complicated situation with a very large streamer with potential legal ramifications.
On record. One party consent state, baby. Yeah. All right. He did it too.
Such a victory Sunday.
Good angle. Appreciate you apologizing to Pixie. Hope all that went well. I'm not. Listen, I just hope Pixie gets the justice she deserves. That's my current seated position. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to get into this. The justice she deserves. Because the way they throw around victim, I think it waters down the term victim. But I'll get into it. It might be a hot take, but what's the sort of ethical framework you're working with. I just don't know. Maybe they talk about it in the stream Sunday, Beckett. This is why I've been thinking about my own truth-based. What is most likely to be true given the facts presented to you? And should there be a certain level
A
of
couple of people who've said
responsibility?
things which have actually
A content creator should actually not be held accountable. That's fucking a standard that people should be held up to. And this is probably coming across
a
bad.
little bit. Only like not even more than 2. But I did hear one thing where it's like, well, Beckett's probably recording calls. Look, lots of people record calls. It's a security thing. Just like that's just a thing you end up having to do as a creator.
So no denial there. I guess this is the Tyler bit.
On contentious topics. But I don't leak calls. I have no interest in doing that. I don't like leaking DMs I've had with people. It's just a ball ache. Okay? So I've been sort of sat in a position where I've seen a lot of DMs come out or fucking calls, and I'm just like, oh god.
Yeah, too many. Why?
But anyway, I trust Nick. I think
Why?
Nick is, generally speaking, a good actor.
Why?
That's my position. And people can have a go at me.
It's easy to say people are good, people are bad. Your reasoning is important. Otherwise, it seems like, yeah, I'm not saying he necessarily 2 hours of sleep, okay? Thought processes. Sometimes you want to know why you say that. Almost sounds like he's saying this reflectively because he really fucked up getting Nick involved. That's my thoughts on it. And I think Nick, despite definitely some problems here and there, tries to do well. I think the emotions get a hold of him and compromised judgment. A friendship is better than Augie with flamenco, but not great still. John Swan, you had to come to Jesus moment and have to deal with that. And both your career, YouTube career, still a career, unsettled one that I wouldn't place my bet on, but end of the day, yeah, don't be stupid and be a little bit more critical, guys, or skeptical about some of this shit.
For that, but that's how I feel about Nick. He's my friend.
Friend.
Okay. And Sunday had the fucking.
I hear this said a lot instead of why they should be trusted. It's the whole, yeah, they're my friends, so I trust you. How long have you known them? How can I trust your? There's a reason likely he built private connection behind the scenes with them. Not a good reason, but that will likely, probably.
Gould cut out 7 minutes of the first call that put Sunday in a psychotic light. I wonder why he cut it out. I mean, Sunday has, I believe, rationalized some of this or explained some of this, but he ended up
not
I think,
to
releasing the whole call. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
He didn't release the first 30 minutes.
God.
Do you know, I'll be honest, he showed me the Nick call, but he only showed me the first 30 minutes because he was like, well, the rest is just sort of like general chat. And I was like, well, it's not going in anyway. It's giving me an impression of what Nick said to him. I didn't think it was, hey, I'm showing you this, guys. With like, and that's what he'd end up releasing.
Yeah, you got fucked. Sunday fucked you. I don't blame you for your coping.
I'm beginning to think
Try
that if
not
you were
to
a drama
sneeze.
YouTuber, you don't get to have content creator friends. Look, everyone ends up like, it's very frustrating when you're nice to people and they end up kind of fucking you. And they end up fucking.
Yeah. Nice guys finished last, Beckett, okay? I don't know how he's been in these spaces. Twitch poll with the way he describes it. I know of the space. I wasn't deeply involved, but I was back in the panel scene, keeping track when a good topic came up. I just don't know how naive Beckett can really be.
Fucking you by proxy. And I'm going to
I
start
believe
taking a
he's
very, very
just
dim view
naive.
of that if people do it to me in the future, because it's not the first time it's happened. And it is actually very fucking annoying.
I'm sure.
Oh, okay. You know. Actually,
Yeah, I don't.
fuck it. Before we move
Yeah,
on,
fuck it.
and I'll take
Fuck
some
friends.
questions.
In the space. Okay.
But I do want to say one
If-
thing. I mentioned earlier that most people have been fine. It's whatever. I don't mind. Listen, on the internet, saying mean things about me is fine. It's cool. It's what
Yeah.
comment sections are for. And so
It
you know, it's
can
what
be
Twitter threads
funny.
are for. But I do want to say something about one particular person, and that's Westside Tyler. Very fucking
Okay,
irrelevant,
we
but I
get
do wanna
into
say
this.
Tyler, if you see this, you, like everyone else, have every right to criticize me. But when you were getting shit and a load of people wanted to burn you to the ground, I didn't. I provided you charitability. And you've said, well, Sunday threw him under a bus. You also threw me under a fucking bus, you twat. And I didn't scream at you. I didn't shout about it. I provided you charitability. The fact that you cannot muster up an ounce of charitability for me is frankly fucking gross. And whatever else is to be said about Sunday or anyone involved in this, they were fucking right about you, and I should have listened. I shouldn't have vouched for you with anyone else. You absolute fucking...
But the question is why you vouched for him. Okay. Westside Tyler. Okay. I don't know why people didn't get the Vosh vibes from him. Lone wolf persona. Completely unhinged. Sometimes he has that base leftist take. Like, this is the reality, leftist guys. We need to accept this and crap like that. Very Vosh vibes. He doesn't strike me as a lowly horsecock tax folder type of guy, but maybe. Doubtful. Former Marine guy. I just don't know why. It seems like he wants sort of credit. Okay. Charitability. Talking behind the scenes. It would have been nice if he would have contacted you, be like, what the fuck is up with this? But maybe he was suspicious because of your association with Sunday. Guilt by association. Yeah, that occurred. I do agree. You give charitability, then you expect it in return. You cannot and should not do that, especially here. Den of Vipers. That is true. We are in a den of vipers in commentary, and I know this, and I haven't even really dived too deeply into commentary. There's a good reason for it.
Scumbag. If you want to start throwing stones at me, maybe clear up your own fucking house. Absolutely rat behavior. Oh.
Yeah. Rat behavior. He's going to do what he thinks he needs. He's not into it for comedy. Comedy. He's not in it for comedy and to laugh at stupid people online. Okay. He has values he wants to push, and he will use whatever means. Like, take, for example, the same fucking stream where he got caught up, I think, in the aftermath. He was talking about going over Antonio Gramsci or something, someone from the media sphere who definitely had a quick rise going against EFAP, getting EFAP'd and getting some like 40K over less than a year, being reacted badly to what some people would call right-wing reactionaries, although that's not what EFAC technically is. They just have a lot of associations there. Okay, he's going to use every opportunity. Like tonight, I saw him arguing with Sunday. That was a complete shit show. I popped in. I was like, what the hell is going on? This is like nonsense. Yeah.
And going on other people's streams to criticize them for their charitability too. What a fucking absolute twat.
Yeah, I would have liked if up a block. Where did this happen? Up a block? Okay. I look for it. I'd like to verify things. I would like to know what was actually said. Hiding things like that. Maybe I just didn't see it. Okay. Maybe that stream is somewhere. I checked the channel. It's gone. It seems like you're hiding something. Not a good look. Not a good look. Several problems with this.
Looking in the dino's eyes like he's traumatized, I feel him. Okay. Anywho. Right, okay. I feel like I've said more than enough on Nick. I am annoyed by this, but it's whatever.
Yeah,
It's whatever.
I would
feel
be
like
annoyed.
I've said what I wanted to on Pixie. Once again, before we move on, I apologize. Because it's a stream and I feel like, we've been going for a while. I want it to be there. It's easy to find. Talked about, I don't want to go into any more of the background. I do not want to talk about other people who may have these leaks or not, because I don't want to fucking witch hunt. It's not worth it. It is fucking irrelevant now.
Yeah, sort of.
And anyone who has criticism for me, I'm not going to be mad at you, okay? I haven't been mad at anyone. When I talked to Volt about this on Core Stream, and felt a little bit ambushed, actually, because I didn't watch it before and I just clicked in. I wasn't mad at him. It's fine. Absolutely fine.
It's about emotional state,
It's-
okay? Emotional state. Emotional damage. Sorry about that. Okay, let's switch over to that. Let's switch over Westside Tyler. Okay. A little bit of his stuff. I don't know. Westside Tyler's commentary. I will get to it. Because I do think it could have been bait. It could have been genuine. The anti-lowly sentiment is big. And some people take it to the extreme. And Tyler, damn, he takes it to the extreme. Should it be taken to the extreme? That is a subjective point. No bad tactics, only bad targets. If you have that sort of thing, yeah. Lowly's connection to pedophilia is definitely something you'd want to completely stigmatize and get everyone to disassociate from. And that's definitely the approach some people take. I don't like it, but I'd like to be a little bit nuanced with it. And I have a very psychological perspective on almost everything. That's almost my background. Try to think about the actions that someone takes and what's the likely case. And I will joke about their motivations, but I'm not going to just say based on X, Y, or Z that they're just mad. They're just coping and seething. This is why. Because I know enough about psychology to know that armchair psychology is really fucking stupid. And most people have the Dunn and Kruger effect when trying to psychologically analyze someone, especially when it's someone who launched an attack on you. Your own psychology is working against you and will give you negative impressions across the board. And I managed to eat up enough time to get to this.
Trying to conceal things to protect myself. But if I, as you can see, if people want to give me criticism, shit for it. I've obviously heard some of that today. I'm not running around screaming at everyone.
One of my major fucking issues with the whole fucking video is that it seems a little bit rushed. You guys really didn't talk to the girl, or not you in particular, because you just got the information from Sunday in his team. But it seems this whole thing just seems a very rushed fuck up.
And I'm not going to name names, but some people are trying to, in the community that I saw, trying to say that these two didn't work together. Maybe they didn't work together closely, and maybe you can excuse Beckett. He does have a good excuse. But trust in Sunday, knowing that he's a loose cannon, it's like double think, okay? You know he's a wild cannon, but you're just going to go and be like, yeah, I'm going to work with this wild cannon and not think about things. I don't know why I'm scrolling down. I just like the views on this. Maybe people streamed it more and went over it. It just seems to be a little bit underreported. And Tyler's definitely to blame for throwing that pedo claim out there to give Team Beckett and all of them the sort of distraction, the deflection to pivot to, instead of, because he did fuck up. He admits it himself. And this stream highlights a couple of really good things that Tyler, I'll jump to his take on it on his stream. At some point, the man just talks and wow.
Because, turns out the girl has no idea and is fucking pissed off about it.
Yeah,
the girl sucks. I'm not defending the girl.
I'm not surprised. I mean, I think, again, it's the timeline of all this is
The victim, everyone. The girl sucks. Yeah, quid pro quo. She definitely was wronged, and what Destiny did was really fucked up. Again, what did she get in return? Probably not worth the effort she put in. Okay, considering her a real victim. See, they keep on throwing around the term victim, victim, victim. Even Westside Tyler's like victim. I'm like, no, she wanted something. She was done dirty by Destiny. People should be aware of Destiny being psychopathic in nature. I don't know if he has the clinical diagnosis, but there's enough evidence out there to say who he is on stream, at least at some point before he sort of changed his image. Because I found going over the Dark Viper stuff, there's a great debate between Destiny and Dark Viper that is very illuminating about him coming off as a complete sociopath or psychopath, at least with his online persona. Again, not giving actual psychological diagnoses to him, but you can still say the character that person play, Destiny, comes off as a sociopath online. Doesn't matter. Again, who the person really is doesn't matter when you put yourself out there on social media. It is who you are on social media that matters to the greater extent of the world.
Much longer. And how this has been handled has been weird. Like, I don't know. What I'll say is this. I don't want to kind of like sit and litigate too much. It's been a very, very long 72 hours.
No, I get you.
But like,
And I've been in situations like this. I'm sure he's like stressing out and freaking out, and he's going to be making mistakes, compromised judgment. Will you go back and correct any mistakes he made? Well, see, that's only something time will tell.
I don't want to do like a tour jumping on like big streamers' streams and being like, oh yeah, this is the thing. I had the stuff in front of me, and I thought it would be valuable to have everything in like a place with a timeline. And so that's what I pulled the trigger on. That's what I did. And I like, regardless of what I did, this information would come out. It kind of makes my decision, like my choice, a bit easier, if that makes sense. But
how's that not an excuse?
Like the video itself was put together in like 6 hours for me, right? I made that decision quite quickly. So there's like little things in it. I think that's why I think it's an update where I'm like, I need to clarify this thing. What is this? And it is just, unopinionated, or at least to the best of my ability.
This is like right now when I'm saying it's not like a gotcha, but like you initially primed the video because like, you had to like fix something, right?
Yeah.
The video did not like come out immediately. Just want to put that out there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And again, I'm wearing that honestly. There's no like little thing. I can only manage so much. And at the same time, it's like the stuff with Dan. It's like I don't want to go and just edit that section out because I think the question is pertinent, needs looking at. But, I also don't. I'm also not mad at anybody who's like, well, this is here and that doesn't make sense, or the way that looks. That's fair. That's fair. I'm not precious about anything, but
No. The thing is, it's just I'm not. This is like not a gotcha thing. I'm just trying to like just point out that.
But just saying it's fair. That's just what are you doing with that? What are you literally doing with the criticism is important. Trying to integrate, learn from it. Yeah, let me not put words in his mouth. I just think this is just neglect of any sort of responsibility and using your community, your support for your community, your pledge to your community is important. I'm not a great community guy, but I'm not going to knock it too hard because it is important to do right by the people that support you. But at the same time, you need to think about how you're representing your community in the world and what you're teaching your community. And I really hope a certain point gets brought up so it's not going to come out of pocket.
Anything else anybody would like to say?
Yeah, good stuff.
Any other feelings? Any critique I have is I haven't seen a single monster this entire stream. Just a little bit.
Is this it? This is where I think I was going to skip. Should have done that on the down low. Upload, download, because I do a big jump here.
As many.
Okay, I'm probably going to do a lot of skipping here because this is real fucking simple. Conor, counterpoints, is a fucking dumbass, but he's basically a slave, basically a wage slave for Brianna Wu, which is hilarious. This is how it comes off. He needs money, obviously. Why else would he? He claims to, believe in her cause. That's hard to believe given Brianna Wu. Could be true. Not going to deny it. I just don't know why he's becoming the punching bag for a lot of Wu's sort of things. There's several instances of that. Sweeping for Wick, going against the lolicon, the hard trying to pressure Chud Logic into fucking disassociating from food shops, which I do not blame anyone for doing, and she probably should. I think she's also getting subscribers off of this by taking the anti Destiny people. That's just a fact, okay? No matter how bad her commentary is, the people who still want to support Destiny will flock to the people defending him. I think it's disingenuous, but I don't know food shops too well. That's Queeman's area of expertise, and it's just her content doesn't seem too deep or too informative. Just very weak.
Many documents as I thought were relevant. So I have Pixie Substack. I have the Mr. Girl report. I have Mr. Girl celebrating, I think in a kind of a gross way on Twitter, in two different ways that I think are worthy of some level of criticism, even if we keep it focused on.
Yeah, the whole moral arguments here, gross. Quantify gross. Yeah, Mr. Girl is gross, period. I'll agree. Fucking playing up the sort of ironic pedophile thing. A lot of people, it's acceptable nowadays for a very small subset. And certain sub base thinks he's pretty cool of a guy. I think that's a little bit suspicious, but that's just me. That's just me.
Even if we keep it focused on Destiny. And then I have Destiny's reaction in offline chat to the backlash that he's getting right now via Nicholas Diorio. And so I think all of this is relevant. Do you think that?
I should be clear, I'll disclose my biases. Connor's always been pretty chill with me. I've always had a pretty good relationship with Counterpoints, actually.
His biases. It's not political. It's his relationship with Counterpoints. I don't understand this. I think it's because of what's coming ahead. He wants to get ahead of it. He wants to be peaceful. Look, I'm pretty much a centrist, but I position myself differently than almost any other centrist. Radical centrism. It's not about making peace between both sides. I don't like the talking about political anyway. It's more about the ideas of the center, what I consider in the center, a comparison to the more farther extreme ideologies that are out there. It's different than the mealy mouth, let's get along centrist types. That's probably not even the accurate term for me because I got a bit of commentary where I just like making fun of stupid arguments from stupid people, in my opinion.
And what I will say about Counterpoints for everything about him, during the PV stuff, when I actually spoke to him and he began to understand my position, he was charitable to that. So what's your opinion? Did Wu get...
I'm not too deep into the moral foundations, but I know enough to know my own particular ones. It's truth and fairness are my two core pillars, highest pillars. Loyalty is the lowest. I mean, I will try to do my best for people I think are wronged, but I'll do that for people I dislike and dislike. My judgment can be off because I have my sort of sinner biases and not reactionary, but a aversion to extreme authoritarian beliefs of other people. Censorship too hard. There's a certain line that needs to come across. But his biases is about personal relationship. I think loyalty And I don't even think fairness, but definitely loyalty and respect would probably be some of his moral foundations. Been a while since I went through the moral foundations, so I only know mine. Low on loyalty, blind loyalty, you won't get it from me. High in trying to be as honest as I can and trying to be fair. Though sometimes me trying to be funny muddies the fairness.
Work done, or is she a filter? She looks like she has a cat face from the plastic surgery. Oh, fuck only knows, man. Oh, fucking know, man.
We should add anything else to this outline?
Let's just keep going on through it. So yeah.
Look, I think
Yeah,
she's a
Connor, I just wanna
snake.
hit this right off the bat up front. You know, when this was all breaking, I put out a tweet saying
When
issue
a
with
lot of
right.
centrist
I don't-
types
you know,
are
I-
like,
can
you
we
go,
just hit
girl.
this head on
No,
before
fuck
we
Wu.
start, man.
Sure, go ahead. Sure.
Like, I like Steven. I like literally every single person in his.
You again, you like these people as people. You want to protect them. I don't. Yeah, maybe you do. Again, the intent doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if she really likes these people or just uses this as an excuse to be a moral coward and not take a stance against either. She's pretty much become the meme of the let's all get along moderate type. And I, given some of her more extreme stances, and I actually think Beckett brings up something interesting. I don't know if that was leaked. Probably not by him.
I like Cherry. I like Kyla. I like Pixie a lot. Actually, I love working with Pixie. She's a great person.
I
But
like.
there is
Sound like
but
Beckett.
the true to
okay?
God, swear to God reason. I've not been on Destiny's stream since last year. Like I literally chose not to like dial in all last year. So there's some quality to his life. There's something about him. And I don't know what it is, but it just fluctuated
This
all
is
this
what he picks
horseshit
up on.
around him. And we're laughing. But it's
smoke
not.
one.
No,
funny.
I've been swimming in it. I've been swimming in it for 4 or 5 years. I've almost enjoyed the experience a little bit.
It's not fun for me, Connor. Like this
Yeah.
week,
You know, I back in the panel scene. You know what's funny? I like Conor. He was entertaining. I think he was stupid a lot of the time, but sometimes he brought up a good point. You know, he was there as the token conservative guy. A little bit too pussy, I think sometimes, but I think other times based other times. And going into Conor here is going to be a relevant point to something I want to point out. And you know what? I didn't like Judd Logic. I thought he was pure and utter nonsense, but I'm more for modernist thinking, you know, facts over feelings. You take in consideration people's feelings will affect their judgment and how they perceive the facts. It's not a straight case, but being too nice is not good for people most of the time. That is my personal belief and my biases. Sometimes you have to be cruel to be kind, but sometimes the cruelness seems to serve very little purpose, as which this probably will highlight. Root on, man.
I want to point a chat out. Pixie didn't want this public. She was forced by Straight Raid leaking to President Sunday and Beckett.
What? Okay, why point that out? You're trying to. Let's see if he follows up.
Well, that's not untrue.
Why
To be clear, it's
point
not
it
like
out?
it was just President Sunday.
Oh, got it. Yeah, you got something for us.
There is always a
Did I-
concern that when a drama like this happens, the instant thing to do is find other scapegoats and other things. Well,
Yeah.
this is bad, so we can focus in there. And sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. Depends on the drama. Depends how much people care.
Yeah, the irony of this is just funny. And sometimes not a scapegoat. Sometimes you just want a deflection. And sort of going into this Conor thing, I think maybe it's fine. I don't know the focus of Beckett going over this. Maybe he'll make it relevant. Maybe I missed something in my coverage. I went over this stream like twice because the first time I went over, I'm like, I should have fucking did timestamps. I have to watch it the 10-hour stream again, and fast forward a little loosey goosey. I might have missed a couple of points I would have included if I wasn't fucking drooling through this crap. Sometimes being thorough and trying to be fair can be fucking tough. Doesn't make for shitter ass content, but the things you do.
The reality is,
try to be fair.
That Brianna talks about getting sucked in. Brianna sucks herself into everything. She did this with the Vosh stuff. She did it with Keffels. She has got involved in so much drama.
True. Okay. The truest thing Beckett has said
Within Twitch poll, because she feels
and I don't know what this have to do with the scapegoat thing. Maybe you'll get
personally slighted by things. It is unfucking real. This whole thing of actually, I'm the adult in the room. I'm the professional.
Yeah, see, I think this is a misreading on Beckett, given his association with is a compromised judgment going into this. I think it's fair to say. Yeah, it's personally slighted. No, you don't need to actually be personally slighted. Just make people think that you're slighted. It's a good distraction tactic, okay? Emotions override facts sometimes.
Seriously, fuck off. It's insane. It's insane cope. The reason she's leaving and breaking away is because she is getting fucking ripped apart because she has refused to take a strong stance. Her original tweet, let me see if I can find it. I do not for the 5, no idea who these people are or what's going on, but thankful for the background noise tonight. These two people are two political creators. It is Counterpoints and Brianna Wu. They are both in the Destiny orbit and they're discussing it. And I want to find this particular tweet. God, look how much she's been fighting. This is Kid Not Kin? Is that Kid? No, I don't think it is. Anyway, no, it's somebody else. I'm going fucking crazy. I'm just an idiot. Something.
Yeah, Constantine Krista. He's been doing the woke right stuff partially, along with James Lindsay. And they had a conversation, okay? As a trans woman, she's admitting to it now. I've been told diversity is our strength. She used to make that very ambiguous. I don't know why it really was relevant. Queeman came after her for it, and she sort of deflected from it, tried to not talk about it. Besides the point, maybe she's not even saying this. As a trans woman, I've been told diversity is our strength. As trans, maybe she's not admitting to it, just still mutter. Cross-dressing, but non-binary, eunuch, and teenagers who watch way too much anime have been lumped in to our medical condition. This has made us weak, politically unsaleable, and so neurotic. We are paralyzed. Something I often wonder about: if diversity is our greatest strength, why is it we have to be reminded about that after every terrorist attack? Because it's COPE. Okay, they want to make sure 9/11 didn't happen. Because there was a lot of hate going around, and that sucked. Not all people from the Middle East believes that crap. Hell, some Americans are getting into it themselves.
Thing I've often wondered about is if diversity is our great strength, why is it that we have to be reminded of that every terrorist attack as a trans woman? Yes. Where the fuck is it? It's Jan 24th. My friends in Israel? I hadn't actually scrolled through her Twitter. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? I encourage, actually, do you know what? Fuck this. I encourage you guys to go and look at some of the tweets
Jesus
around this story
Christ.
and what people have been pointing out. Jesus. I like Stephen.
Why not look at the facts? Why go with all this side circus content? Because you're looking for the drama. I mean, I'm getting into this drama, but I'm sort of using it because drama sometimes when you're in the hot seat, you reveal things unintentionally. At least that's my belief.
Everything can be, settled.
Like a 10-hour stream after you did this hit piece with Sunday, the result of this is the fruit of your labor. You said it was going to come out anyways, so you couldn't have waited. I just don't know. This seems like a giant cope to me. Okay. Maybe he feels it's his responsibility to do this. Maybe this is something his audience wanted to see and sort of mix this stuff in. I'm not going to try to understand. I'm just saying at the end of the day, this seems like a giant cope stream. So it's at least COPECAST labeled properly.
I've got very strong opinions on Brianna Wu. And while I have always disliked Brianna, I'll be honest with you, in the last several months, I don't talk about this much, my opinions have diminished significantly.
But why? Why? Please do elaborate. I think he does. I think she was always this way. She just gotten better at networking. Sort of like Sargon. Sargon did the same thing. Got out of the internet drama space, went into try the real world politics, and came back with a fresh new face.
Brianna Wu. I talked earlier about personal grievances, right? I cannot stress enough how much I say, fuck Brianna Wu. Thank you, Killed.
Why is it all about personal relationships, interpersonal drama? Like with his, Kumo fucked up. Why did you bring in all the fucking ArtCC people to collaborate with that? I think that was a big fuck up and a very telling thing. Getting your facts from people instead of going in personal anecdotes from people who have every reason to disparage that man. Not that he didn't fuck up anyways. So someone fucks up as bigly, you're allowed to just bring everyone in to join the bandwagon, listen to their personal experience, even though they aren't a very reliable narrator when it came to it. See, it's the whole Nicholas DiOrio, King of Nothing, because everyone hates Ethan Klein. We don't care if this dipshit comes in and adds some lies to things we already hate him for. That sort of mentality. That's one of the good things I thought about Nick.
Well, Joy. So
that criticism didn't seem to go to anywhere. It seemed like, Instead, we fucking focus on some of the most absurd things, like how stupid Bo Blacks has been. He's always been stupid. Why focus on it? Is there nothing else? Or are you just tired of getting into serious shit? I just don't know.
Brianna tweeted out, I should probably be smart enough to keep my mouth shut about the Destiny Pixie lawsuit, but here goes. I care about both of them. Pixie is a good friend and someone I've worked with on several projects. She's seriously talented, fun to work with, and complements my skills in a way that make collaborations really rewarding. Before all this came up, I had planned to hire her for an upcoming project, and I'm sticking with that decision. For the record, following through on this hire isn't me taking sides. I've made that clear to both her and people close.
I probably included this because I also think Brianna Wu is just a snake in the grass that's trying to reform, and a lot of people are just going with it. Be suspicious of this woman. She'll tell you what you want to hear. If quid quo pro, because he's right on this point. She didn't take a strong stance and use every excuse to sort of find a reason why she personally can't. Just like she won't cop to the fucking stuff about the bullshit in Gamergate and just point out the actual lies that did come out about her. Just because other people lied about you doesn't make you a saint.
Steven. They both deserve their day in court, and I'm not here to weigh in what's ultimately between them. I have offered no opinion on the action privately, and made it clear I cannot. I just want to be honest about where I'm coming from. Adulting can be awkward like this. I do hope people will let the legal process play out instead of turning this into a content or drama. It's... Lav, morally reprehensible statement, and from the bottom of my heart, I wish you nothing but the worst. The worst fate for me would be being you, having been
Oh,
antics
Jesus
falsely self-appointed
Christ.
with misogyny and shame.
He has some.
This it relates
This
to
is
Gamergate and other women to remove their agency. Brianna, the Atlantic slave trade were a personality, that would be you.
what the fuck, Brianna
Jerry,
Wu? That's
Brianna
nothing.
Wu is falsely self-appointed expert who wields her name as it relates to Gamergate and other women
Yep.
to remove their agency and devalue their voice and their stories with misogyny and shame. This is inexcusable. The label of feminist needs to stop acting as a shield for people like her.
I don't
Because
know
Lav's
about that.
response was, what an appropriate statement. Destiny never fucked me. I am tired with people like you. Your words will not age well. You got me to engage seething with you when I was a younger woman and angry. Now I pity you in your situation. You will never get me to hate myself as much as you hate yourself. For all my faults, I can't imagine not taking sides when there's a clear victim. Again, wish you nothing but exactly what's coming to you.
Again, the victim, clear victim. What's she a victim over? She consented to the sex tape. She consented to the sex. I'll admit, Destiny, a manipulative, amoral motherfucker who probably used manipulation tactics. What did she want in return? Did she get it? Did she take heat for coming out about it? Yes. I think actual victims who get raped, actually raped and assaulted against their will is something. We need a new term for victims like this. You know, just the unfortunate. Tried to go for the goal and got fucked over. Got too close to the sun. Because victim, I think it's used too liberally. Same thing with a lot of slander, not assaulted, like slander and a lot of crap. There's a certain amount of standards just because everything's been watered down so badly. That's just my take. The utility of these words. I'm somewhat of studier of language, not a great one. Did good in a rhetorical class in college, so take what you want out of that. I also think psychology people underestimate it. Just like how everyone deflects with comedy shield.
Imagine being in the middle of a conversation about abuse and making comments that the person you're fighting with is a fucking like sex plaything, a fuck doll. Like, imagine doing that. This is somebody who wants to be taken seriously. Listen, I said this earlier. I've had my issues with Cherry over the years, and they vary, okay? But she has been pretty fucking based recently. I don't know what else to say about it.
Because she hates someone you hate. She's based. It's all about your interpersonal relationships and how you feel with them and how you feel slighted. Again, I wonder when anyone talks about ethics or morality, I wonder where they come from. I would rather deal with a dishonest asshole than a conniving bitch, like I think Brianna Wu is, who smiles to your face. This would be my personal problem. I think she's a disingenuous manipulator who's worked her way within Twitch poll community, which, yay, it's fallen apart. That place was a dumpster fire to start with, from what I know. And I don't even have the sort of backing of this. Again, and Beckett probably is much closer. He probably has a much more emotional attachment to it. So you can take that into account for why he might have made many mistakes when it came to coming after Destiny. Because I agree. Oh, in a certain regards, he needs to be exposed. But unfortunately, the failure of these hit pieces is probably just going to be used as a running cover. How much of a sort of moral failings he deserves? We'll get into that. The whole Queeman thing, it's really stupid. And I'm like, Conor, counterpoints. Whatever you want me to call you. Why are you doing this? Are you just, you can shut it down instead? You're just taking it like a punching bag? Yeah, we'll see.
I am, like, those Trump executive orders came out. I've got real world fucking shit to do. I've got I've got meetings with the Democratic Party as we're trying to figure out what the fuck our trans messages should be. I've got real world stuff to do. And I'm literally trying to save my
Yeah,
rights. And just
shut up,
unapologetic-
bitch.
that
This is
my
a
mission. I don't-
whataboutism, okay? This is a whataboutism. You don't want to burn bridges. You thought Keffels or Vosh. He
Well,
probably
like
brings
if
it up.
Destiny committed some sex crimes, that is terrible, and I will judge that as the facts come out in court, whether I'm going to work with him or not.
I don't think the crimes were even sex. Why are they framing it this way? It's a matter of privacy. It's privacy concerns, a violation of privacy, and they conflate it. Everyone, I mean, if you record it, yeah, again, privacy. Sex crimes, you actually have. This is why this debate later is going to be just completely fucking stupid.
don't have
Trying
time
to
to stress
stop
this
with
shit
the
because I've got real shit to do.
Well,
And
I
there's
think that's
something about it.
I'm mainly trying to drop calling people retards so much because, frankly, I feel bad for actually people with mental disabilities who have mental disabilities when most of these people get called retards or use retard. I'm just a retard. Does it just because they're a fucking loser who trying to get out? I'm autistic. Are you really autistic? Some cases that is true. Some cases the internet produces autistic-like behavior. I've had my autistic moments. Not because I'm autistic. It's more because I'm the counter. I'm the neurodivergent ADHD. That's the reverse of autism. Just the internet has autistified me. I don't fucking know how you would say that. What it made me very autistic in a couple of different ways. I typically am rather matter of fact in reality.
Fucking life that just sucks me into it.
When the Vosh stuff came out, it was election time, guys. I don't know if we can judge Vosh too harshly. Brianna puts herself in these positions. No one does it for her. And then she acts high and mighty about it. It's fucking insufferable.
Yep.
She has been involved in all these fucking dramas through the last 2
Plays
years.
the victim.
I said this when she turned up in the space. I was like, I said this to everyone. I said,
Okay,
if you work
yes.
with Brianna, you will come to regret it. And I'm not a perfect person. But as I say, an awful lot of dramas, frankly, could be avoided if people just listened to me when I gave an opinion.
Selective memory, dude. Okay, listen to you in certain regards. Oh yeah, I do have a few more timestamps here.
So
Oh
what,
god.
what I can come up with my own phrasing, but I don't want it to be picked apart.
Oh god, Connor's such an idiot. Yeah, this is where I want to get into it. This is just so stupid from him.
So do you have a phrase that I can say that would make you think that I actually do think Steven is an asshole and a piece of shit for what he did, and he does deserve the consequences?
I've got
that are
one.
coming
I've
his
got
way?
one. Say Destiny should be on the sex offender registry.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that.
Why not?
Oh no.
Why not?
You don't think
You
future
don't think
partners have a right to
somebody
know?
who-
Fucking pedophiles.
You don't think future partners have a right to know that this guy might be recording them without their knowledge when they have sex with them?
If you find me the Florida state statute that says that
What's the law? What's the law? No. It's like, what's the ethical severity at which you think this sits at? Like, where's the level? Where's the line? And actually, Weeman has a really fucking good point here.
No, he fucking doesn't. You're just blindly agreeing with the dipshit because you like Queeman. He's your attack dog. This is the irony of misreading Tyler, who I think is a little bit of a rogue element. I would use the comparison of a fucking lone wolf type of guy. Yeah, he'll talk to people, he'll get along, try to do things, but when he sinks his teeth, when he gets a big juicy steak that he thinks will get him something, he digs his teeth in. I don't think it's personal. I think he just prioritized tactics. Maybe he does his crazy act. Maybe he is crazy. Okay. There's a legitimate reason. Former Marine, journalist, legitimately, he could have mental issues. But jumping on that based on his drama with President Sunday, too little evidence. Again, Beckett ran with just the Sunday DMs with one straight raid, and and it's nonsense. Okay, it's not a big deal. You're calling him crazy, just angry at Sunday based off of some sort of theory. Fine. I think it's a lack of evidence again.
This is exactly the sort of thing that like somebody should be able to check when it comes to like getting involved with somebody.
Yeah,
It's just arousing. Maybe you need a different categorization
like maybe let me not bring that up.
for it. Like I was like, well, it's that's generally how we treat pedophiles or whatever. But the points, like,
Yeah, no,
I'll
it
let Freeman
doesn't.
get to the kind of like driving point. But I think he is
Yes, please do.
actually really bang on the money. To be fair, Conor
No.
watch too. Yeah,
Queeman is a fucking autistic motherfucker who doesn't stake his own positions. He's a paper tiger. He cannot do the defense at all. He has to stay on the attack. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Queeman has his defensive moments. I just haven't seen it. But he has a lot of content. There is something to be said when someone puts out a lot of content and they're like, "Oh, well, what's this? Where did you defend? Where did you do this?" And you can find some piece like, why the fuck would have I found that in the stream? Let's take a particular stance on this particular angle, and he's going to. Maybe I'm not even going to bother covering it, but yeah, again,
I don't think Conor. Oh, fuck, I hate this because I'm going to sound like I'm sweeping. I've had good experiences
sweeping for Conor or Queeman, or both at the same time.
with Conor, but it's really hard not look past some of the decisions he's made when it comes to political alignment.
Brianna Wu. That's all you fucking need to know. He is her whipping boy, her sword and shield, and he's not even that good at it. He's like the clown world version of the sword and shield, the token conservative guy. Who even knows if he holds that values? He's entertaining, at least when he wants to be, and he's willing to have his moments. Clippable, beamable moments are better than actual relevant good points or critical thinking or good logical logic. That sounds stupid as fuck, but I'm going with it.
Isn't Conor the conservative in the room? Shouldn't his ethical standard be on the side of anti-degeneracy? It is. It is Killjoy. That's
what is your understanding of conservatives? What is your ethical standards? Why are you placing your fucking standards on this? God. This is
the point. He'll bring it up in a bit because I've watched a little bit of this.
That
Yeah,
leaking
sure.
sex crimes, or excuse me, leaking sex tapes gets you on the sex crimes registry. Then I'll say.
I'm not asking you a legal. This isn't a legal
Law.
question. Yeah, this isn't a legal question.
So you realize that we create laws based on like moral principle.
right there. The most idiotic thing. Do I have to explain why? Sex registry is something done by the government. That would be a legal process. They go autistic. They try to change it to a moral thing. You can't convict someone based on morals. You convict someone in this country based on facts. And if one person, there's a certain saying that I think is hyperbolic, but if you let 9 people, it's more important to make sure the innocent man goes free. Burden of proof. And some people don't understand this. They just want to they just want to crucify, have a scapegoat. And to his credit, Counterpoints is playing a great one here. Serves Destiny rather great. Just like Westside Tyler's sort of out of hinge, out of pocket, sort of pedo rant is over the top. Did he mean for it to become a deflection for these people? I don't think so. I don't think that's his concern. But I'm not going to mind read. I just find their certainty of certain ideas about Westside Tyler and the moral grandstanding that they do rather illogical and flawed.
Right?
Yeah,
so
sure.
It doesn't matter that the law does not yet or
so,
will ever
hold on.
exist.
So if we're going to be retarded, okay, so I was trying to start something.
Well, at least he puts that. Conor's absolutely right. They're being retarded. They're being completely and utterly retarded. Take you down a sort of pathologic, and then you end up conceited. This whole fucking thing here is a joke. Because you're starting off using a legal term, sex registry. Can we call him a complete psychopath and make videos and post highlighting him? Completely make sure no one will forget, no one with a fucking brain, and maybe even have a squad like following around Mama Max, trying to make sure he doesn't get back into helping children victims. I think that would be a better use of the autism of the internet than actually going there. There's a sect of religion who in-game people who they have sex with, so the scales are more. That's why it's important to compare that. I guess sheesh. Sounds a little rough. Very, very rough. But yeah, at the end of the day, I think this is. I really think this is a ethic. You're trying to talk about moralities when you're talking about something that is a legal process to get someone on. I'm just not down with it. I'm not grooving on that vibe. And this lasts forever.
I just had a long stream. I watched Sunday's stream.
Okay. I think he gets okay. I think he jumps on a stream. Let me give some leeway here. It's going to be boring. This whole stream has been boring overall. I can't do it.
Go. Exciting times. Oh, good morning. Yeah. I want to ask you something. Okay, can you phone me? Can we talk briefly? I want your opinion on something. If you're still awake.
Okay. Their morality logic is flawed too. So I'm saying because to scale, it doesn't work either. Yeah. I think I can agree with that when put in that way. Morality, unless you sort of lay out your morality, because I try to be objective as possible. There's mitigators for almost everything, the subjective element. Accepting reality, something a lot of people don't want to do, and sort of deflect, find a scapegoat, make excuses, many different compensations. We're seeing that a little bit here. I don't think Beckett is coping too hard. President Sunday, really hard. Westside Tyler, I don't know. I think he's just rolling with the punches and trying to get all the attention for his political ambition. He definitely seems more focused on like changing the Florida state law. I thought that was like a very effective strategy, even if I am suspicious of him. I'm trying to be fair though. Okay. I have my feelings based on certain things, but I don't judge people based on flawed morality. I think people should take responsibility. It's just crazy. You know, leadership positions should have responsibility for those who follow them, who lead them. A lot of, let me not get too deep into that.
We can,
Such a sign.
I need a cigarette anyway.
Yeah, so do I. Too bad I don't smoke anymore.
Now, Pookie, no diesel.
Did I pick a bad timestamp?
No, it's fine.
Oh, lead up.
Case for the sex offender registry than people pissing
On
in
a
public.
spectrum of sex offense, I would agree that sending sending intimate
Okay, so
images
stop pretending it's a completely
without the
absurd
consent of
idea. So stop
involved
pretending it's a
parties
completely
is more
absurd
serious
idea.
than pissing
First
in
of all.
public. Yes, I
So
agree with that.
stop pretending it's completely absurd because within our current framework, this would make total sense. Next.
Yeah, you got to change the framework. In the type of imaginary framework, you're not laying it out. Does he lay it out properly? these hypotheticals. See, morale's definitely the dime store version of fucking Queeman. Okay, Queeman's good at what he does. He's hard to tell. He's good at what he does. I'll admit that. But I don't think pressed on something he does good.
Do you think that Destiny's
No worries,
behavior
Killjoy.
is rooted in some kind of pathology?
Okay, yes, 100%.
Do you think that you should have to inform partners that you have AIDS?
Yes.
Okay, so
I hate when people do this during debates.
Yeah.
Do you know there's a way to get like certain answers out of a survey? You ask like a load of questions that lead to a conclusion, and then the last question in that science survey is the one you publish. And
You're admitting the sort of a manipulative. I don't think that would fit the debate tactics that you recognize Queeman is using here. But you like him because he goes after the right people till he doesn't. Westside Tyler, more of a loose cannon. Definitely, that's to be taken. No matter what impression I have of him, that is at the end of the day the thing that is there.
once
I
they
don't
ask
know
Prime
why
Minister of like, do you like about conscription? And basically you lead to the point where it's like, well, do you want young people taught to use guns? Do you think it's wrong to force people to go to war? And you're like, yeah, those are all bad. It's like, would you be against conscription? Yeah, of course. And on the other side, do you think that young people need more like structure in their lives? Yes. Do you think that it's good to serve your to provide a service to your country? Yes. Do you believe in conscription?
Too many examples.
They are largely bollocks.
I agree.
There's very few people who do them well.
if Destiny has a pathology that causes him to harm people during sex, do you not think he should be required to inform?
See, already you're in building harm people during sex. No. What he does to do harm is psychologically take advantage. This is just worst case. He manipulates them through psychological techniques. He does not. He is very clear about enthusiastic consent, I think, to an absurd degree, probably to protect himself mostly, because, yeah, a little bit of a sociopath. He comes across as a little sociopathic, not empathetic at all. Try to intellectualize emotions that most of us have naturally. I have to suppress my emotions. When I was young, I was overly emotional. So one of my strategies for later in life is to intellectualize things. Not because I don't have emotions, because my emotions simply can get a little bit wild. So there's a good balance.
Future partners.
He should be
rolling. Okay.
Here,
Hey,
this
okay.
is what I
Hey,
preempted
what's
it
going
for.
on?
Not much. Just watching through stuff. How are you?
I'm doing good. I just had a long stream. I watched Sunday's stream earlier, and then I talked to him for a while.
So
Always a mistake.
I mean, I should, because you're just catching up. So,
They're
I
no
mean, like,
stuff.
I've been pretty open.
Okay.
I think I misread certain things with Pixie, and also I understand how fucked the situation is. So I've offered an apology, just so like I'm catching you up as to where I am.
Oh, okay. Anything?
Excuses. No, I'm joking. He's clarified his mistakes he made.
In particular?
Sunday made
I think
doubly.
there's certain things like I think obviously when I apologized privately, I said certain things, and as stuff has developed, I think because of what Straighter Aid said, and I think that's tarnished the way a lot of people saw these DMs. Because one thing that came up was like, was Straighter Aid, was Pixie, what's the fucking term?
Extortion?
Extortion. I think a lot of
Yeah.
that comes down to how Straighter Aid painted things in the particular DMs that came out. And I don't think that was fair. And it's quite clear from the wider DMs. I don't think that was Pixie's intention either.
Yeah, and Dan laid it out. People suggested this to Pixie. She was depressed. Okay, this is where emotions come into play. She's suicide baiting. They call it suicide baiting. Maybe she's genuine with it. Fair enough. I would never call something suicide baited. I think that's sort of a bitch move to make. Making claims, cries for help, saying that they were thinking of suicide. So people came to her aid. Fair enough. Did she use it? See, suicide baiting, you need to use the suicide to get out of a criticism. Was Pixie getting a criticism? I'm sorry, whole tangent about how people call a lot of things suicide baiting. Sometimes I can see a case for it. Still don't like that term. But at the end of the day, if she was depressed, people suggested that she did it. How's that extortion? She was trying to feel better, felt money. People felt going to her as a victim. Yeah. Steven treated her dirty. Okay. He was a complete asshole. Okay. See, people do not prioritize fucking responsibility of people. And someone does bring up, I think what someone brings up, I think it's Cherry, whoever was on that debate, that one of the girls Destiny could have slept with was mentally retarded, needed help. It came up in the Leo convoy with the girl they went after. I forget her name at the moment. And I think that is more morally reprehensible. But when someone should have their own agency and probably don't, society doesn't teach responsibility, especially the left, because respect is a two-way street. Okay. You got to get it to give it. No, sorry. You should ideally give it to people you want it from. And yeah, maybe West Side Tyler should have had a little bit more charitability. I can understand how Beckett felt about it, but he's not expected this. It's content creation. You have to accept this crap. You can argue against it if you want, as autistically as you want. But this whole moral thing that he had to give it to Beckett, he was obligated by some sort of weird code, especially when he's not in commentary. I think just Beckett has dived too deep into commentary because he obviously forgets there's other codes of contact, other places. Even I know.
And so I feel
Yeah.
bad for those implications. And also I feel, I think I badly framed the bad empanada clip. And as somebody who's had their relationship examined at fucking length, I think that while the silence around this, I think has been damaging because it's allowed people to come up with weird fucking assertions.
Okay, I'm not going to bring it up, but food shops, as dipshitty and flawed of a person, she brought up one point. One good point is Queeman going after Stardust. And the fact that Beckett's still friends, maybe they patched up something behind the scenes, maybe they broke up. Obviously, Beckett, let me not get into that. I'm just saying, food shops made a good point. Even a broken clock can have a good point, can be right twice a day. That's all I'll say. Not going over that video.
About their relationship and what's going on.
Hola.
I think just using
enjoying the destruction of Destiny. Lucifer, you led him to the dark. No, you're Lucifer, the Doberman, not Lucifer the man. Join the utter destruction of him. I'm looking at just the people who created the hit piece are finding themselves in some serious drama. And I think they're letting things slip. I liked him for the Kyle Rittenhouse thing. That is it. That is fucking it. Kyle Rittenhouse, I'm like, dude, that's pretty cool for someone on the left to be like, yeah, he had his right. Rest of the stuff, the Trump unhinged stuff, yeah, he had his moments, but overall, slimy little weasel.
Just not good. I feel bad for that one. So yeah, it's stuff around that. You know, what are your thoughts and feelings?
When I talked to Sunday, especially about the extortion stuff. And he also admits that he would do it.
Which Park are you thinking? Nicholas Diorio getting drawn into all this fucking shit. Nick got more. I haven't looked at Chud Logic because I've been looking at this. I'll probably take a look at it eventually. Let's see how. Yeah, yeah, Chud Logic, I think, enjoys it. He's even able to forgive President Sunday, I think, from what I've said. Nick, maybe.
You know, he would go back and do it differently and make it not sound like he was accusing her of something. I think that, overall, it's hard for me to say. I also think that I'm like kind of biased because Sunday's my friend, and also I'm not connected with it at any point, like at all. So I was saying, like, you know what, if it was someone I cared about, like Cherry, I probably would have feel very differently, and I might have like never spoken to him again. If if that were the case, but that's just purely, I'm just being honest about like my emotions. But overall, I think that the results so far have been effective. Like H3.
Okay, once her mouth stops fucking flapping, I might unmute it. She's just going on and on and on and on and on. Fucking hell.
Watch it.
I haven't seen the H3 coverage yet. No.
Yeah, it just was very simple. Like showed like the thing about.
You don't need to explain this. What the fuck? No wonder this is a 10-hour stream. Okay. His penance. Oh, guys, I only had 2 hours of sleep, but I feel I need to do this stream because I fucked up with my video. I want to admit it and have this deflection from this Vosh-like character. It's only a couple of moments.
Yeah.
But
And so it's like, yeah, you ultimately become, I think.
Yes, come on. Let's watch the lips, everyone. There's something in value why I timestamped this, I hope.
I wouldn't have taken the risk because of Pixie's suicidality. I tried to make that very clear to Sunday.
Yeah, I think
I
it's a very difficult situation. I don't think I've pretended otherwise. And again, this is why I've been like, I don't want to over-explain my rationale, and I don't think I have, because I think criticism stuff. I think that's kind of the overall.
No, you just keep repeating the same points. I just take the criticism. What are you going to do to correct this? How are you not going to avoid this? Just take better judgment with the people you deal with?
Yeah. Like you're willing to just own whatever comes along with it. Like I think
Own
that
it.
the important thing
Okay.
is, I just wanted, like with Sunday, I wanted to make sure that he didn't have
Is
any
Sunday
like particular
owning anything, or is he
rationalizations
trying to
that,
pawn this off on
that
other
made him
people?
feel like he was.
Because from what I'm seeing, he's coping hard. Like, yeah, Nick knew about this. All commentary bros did. They didn't say, yes, they had different standards for what they have to take. Your standards are crap. You fucking got hard evidence of fucking Destiny being in a relationship with public. I mean, base for that. Okay. I don't care about that. But oh, okay. Maybe he's talking
like
about something.
Generally speaking, somebody who just tends to like to take account, because I recognize stuff. But
I mean, yeah, like
I
accountability,
recognize
it's like
stuff.
literally, it's just
I'll
accounting
talk.
for things,
Fill
just
up
like
the
writing,
stream for
just
me.
in the history, the paper trail, looking back, like it's a part of the story. Not in a way of
can I add
punishment.
Sunday to the call?
Please, please.
Yeah.
Give me,
Oh
give me
God!
just a
What?
sec.
Why?
Put them in.
Why?
Oh. Okay, very sorry.
He's still being way too. Why? You're trying to keep good relationships, I guess.
Heidi ho.
Heidi ho.
Relationships
Or are we
over
all-
saying you
see, I could've been
fucked me
slandering.
over, dude.
I've not been
I knew that. I knew this day would
I
come.
brought Nick into
I knew
this.
this day would come.
So true.
Nick.
Treacherous cur.
Instead of saying you're totally fucking me over with Nick, any vouching like I tried to do for Westside Tyler, but I suddenly hate him, so maybe I should talk to you.
we probably discussed this easily 8 hours.
We
into
have
the
gone
video watch.
over particularly the next stuff about 20 different times, but yeah.
Yeah.
No.
His penance for the crime.
How are you feeling after the stream? What are your thoughts?
Oh, just extremely tired. Fine. I think one of the frustrating things is like, because here's the thing. There's a level of
God,
how do I want to put
Sunday's
this?
so infuriating.
You know, maybe I don't want to
with.
put it. Maybe I'll if I find an entry point when we're talking, I'll bring it up. But I don't.
Like so much time goes by with nothing. Oh, he's heavily stoned.
Yeah, I don't want to drag things out too long with stuff, but I think
Excuses.
Yeah, it's one.
Go
I think
to
it's
fucking
one of those
sleep
ways
instead of
you-
coming on. Go to sleep instead of use the excuse he's stoned on stream. Feel they have a responsibility to respond. No. Commentary has a standard. Watch and wait. Many of the best responses came after not reacting pretty badly to start with.
So that's a choice.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
I was just thinking that.
Conversation with me before that, and then he went live.
Yeah,
but that's it ended up happening anyway. Go ahead.
Did I decline a conversation? Yeah, I did, didn't I? God damn it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I may be acting somewhat erratically.
A little bit.
Listen, we're human. It's good. It's fine.
No, not me. I'm a
Oh, that's
president.
fine. That's fine.
But no, I think it was I think I was getting the same. I was getting the same.
Okay, I need to cover this for the sake of completionist, but I need to get off this for now. I need to take a break. Think what you want of Tyler. We're gonna go a little bit into his crap. Okay, I can understand the appeal of the motherfucker. Queeman. Okay, let's get to West Side Tyler. Okay, I think this is the point. Bring it up.
Extortion is like a loose philosophical concept, but it's actually just a fucking law, and you can just look it up.
See, this is where fucking West Side Tyler agree mostly. Hyperbolic humor and other crap. Hell, I can't necessarily hate on him too much for certain things. I think he uses strange language, but some people, that's just their style. Hyperbolic. You forgive fucking other people in commentary for going hyperbolic. That's just for entertainment or
it up. You can just look it up and see if the law and all the things that are a part of it happened. And the cool thing about it,
he's talking about his laws. The most base thing Tyler does is like be objective. Okay. You don't like the law? Petition your government to change it. Most base thing. Okay.
Is laws.
It's other crap he does that I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
If you're going to say someone broke it, you need evidence. And President Sunday fabricated evidence. He just he literally fabricated evidence. He pretended that things that were not related, tangential statements, actually confirmed a payment of $1 million. Whatever, so specific. Well, okay. You insinuated so strongly that there was a payment. Well, you said that there was a payment, that she was literally paid off for her silence, that there was a payment, and that the payment number offered earlier was $1 million, which you never confirmed with Pixie. Because Pixie doesn't want to talk to you because she also sent the pedophile particles leaking off of you, as everyone should. She clearly didn't want to fucking have a conversation with you because you're a freak. And I said that this was going to happen back during the Demon Mama thing when fucking President Sunday ascended to the fucking.
Yeah, I don't know. President Sunday's a fucking weird guy. He seems to get a hang up. He doesn't like these people, like with Doomer Media. Fucking hell. He seemed to have taken offense that Doomer made a successful Bosch hit piece that everyone was talking about for a while. But his hit pieces, his criticism of Bosch fell flat on deaf ears. That's how it felt with me. It keeps on. And maybe I'm reading too much into it. That's with Doomer. I don't know if it's with that in this case. And yeah, Tyler, the fallout. I tried to watch the debate. It's pure autism. It's pure just, I hate both these people right now.
Groomer Defense League chair, because him and his entire audience are people that will defend groomers. They're either pro-pedophilia, literally, the lolicon argument, pedophilia arguments are permitted, accepted in his community. He provides safe space and harbor for them. That is just a fact. And also, they are so stupid, so self-serious, and so up their own fucking ass while being half drunk or fucking on their Quaalude, whatever the fuck people are on in the cathedral, that they will actively work against the best interests of victims of sexual abuse, and in order to give President Sunday clout, which he uses to get all.
Supposedly this is all bullshit. I don't know how much. Okay, if this is true, it's not great. It's not great.
Almost as many views, sometimes a little more than I do after a half a decade or whatever the fuck.
It's actually pretty horrible if it is true, but taking this with a grain of salt. Hyperbolic people like Tyler, you gotta do that.
I think this fucking channel of his. I don't know why you would sacrifice victims of sex crimes on the altar of being a fucking nobody on YouTube, but
again, he takes up the framing of victims, sexual sex crimes. Okay, well, I think he's talking from President Sunday's point of view, but he even uses the same sort of fucking key search shows.
President Sunday, maybe I'll bring that back up again, later. And he accused with no evidence whatsoever and fabricated evidence a victim of a legitimate real crime that is completely known. The one thing that we do know, she's literally the victim of a crime. He has accused her of extortion, and he has not yet, as far as I know, I haven't looked it up, but I'm just going to assume that pride comes before the dressing like a fucking pedo on the goddamn internet, and he hasn't deleted it yet. Now I'm going to say all kinds of fuck.
I mean, I admire his rhetorical technique. He could be full of shit. He probably is at least a quarter full of shit to a half full of shit, I would say.
Dumb shit about him. I don't give a fuck. I don't like the guy. I fucking despise him. Tyler, you're biased. I am.
Yeah, no bad tactics. How could you not be? Only bad targets.
By the end of my little spiel here, going over some of the additional evidence, I want to put forth this challenge, basically. Anybody who associates with President Sunday in any sense of the word is a fucking weirdo, a freak, and probably a sex criminal. I'm just gonna say that. I don't give a fuck. It is guilt by association. I don't care.
He admits his guilt. Yeah, he used guilt by association. He admitted it. God,
Don't give a
own
fuck.
position.
If you talk to President Sunday, if you're nice to him, if you invite him into your chat, if you have him unbanned, if it's anything more than just like literally he's here so that I can get freak show comments out of him, you're weird. Chud Logic, weird. Queeman, you are the actual other co-chair of the Groomer Defense League, defending fucking Lolly, pedophile. Fucking.
He'll deny it. He'll deny it. He'll say, I just think, I think it's weird. I think he soft battles that Lolly shit. I mean, I can understand. I wouldn't go to his extent.
Anybody else? Now there's a bunch of other ones that have cut ties with it, but all you guys are freaks. You're fucking freaks. You're fucking weird for having him around. You know that he secretly records people in the background. He's probably secretly recorded you. And more than likely, I think a lot of these people in these communities, I'm going to say the same thing that he said without any fucking evidence. I'm going to say without any evidence, but if you have him around, you know he's recording. I think if you're friends with President Sunday and you're nice with him and you work with him, I think that you're doing it specifically to try to get him to do unethical shit that you can fucking make money off of. And you are actively trying to grease the wheels of that machine. That's what I'm saying. And if you continue to associate with him and shit, that's a fucking negative on you. You're fucking weird. It's beyond content. You're fucking weird. You're a weird fucking person. I'm gonna say it again and again. Weirdo fucking people. Beckett, sorry, last one. You're fucking weird. You're weird as fuck for dealing with Sunday. You're weird as fuck for sweeping for this. You're weird as fuck for letting him hang around doing this kind of shit and not getting rid of him. It's not worth it. There's no clout there. You can't build your audience. The content is shit. So why the fuck are you having him hang around? Is it so that you can get secret recordings of people? Is that it?
See, that's the thing, Tyler. It's not about content. It's about placating the audience, as Beckett makes it clear. I mean, I don't know if Tyler has any regards for audience, appeasing his audience. He's willing to cast people aside. Okay. And some people will respect it, at least especially in the fucking social circles that he's more. Commentary, oh, they're a whole bunch of fucking cabal. They meme about being the commentary cabal. I mean, fair enough. They think it's the conspiracy theory. I think memeing it up is sort of like giving people ammo and just making fun of it. The sort of soft fucking humor crap. And to a certain point, it's understandable at certain points, but you want to be respected. Yeah, there's certain things you should do and certain things you shouldn't do. I think he's going too far with his take here. But again, grain of salt, hyperbolic. That's what I think. Is maybe he's just legitimately believes this. Look at the grin on his face. He's like, this is just fucking, I'm going over the fucking top. That's my reading of this.
Is it because if you fucking provide your audience in tangential sideways support to him, you know that he's gonna do things like fuck up investigations and get drunk and fucking accuse sex assault victims of extorting their victimizer, yeah. And then you can make money off of it.
No,
if that's the case, you're fucking weird.
I'm not saying yeah to that. I'm saying underneath all this hyperbolic fucking rambling that he's doing, that definitely sounds unhinged, and he's definitely fucking making it even worse. He literally points out, yeah, I'm doing a guilt by association. Yes, I'm going to accuse without evidence. He's owning all this shit. Maybe as a defense, maybe as bait, maybe because he's legitimately just doesn't care. Maybe he is emotional and just says, fuck it. I can't completely discount the theory that he's just mad Beckett associated with President Sunday, but these are real things about within this fucking rant that does seem to be true at the end of the fucking day.
You're fucking weird. You're fucking weird. And if I can take everything from you, I will.
Yeah, it is weird. The weird accusation. Okay.
That's it. You're a fucking weirdo. All of them. Chud Logic, you're weird as fuck for having him in your spicy chat. You're weird as fuck. Chud Logic is weird as fuck for having a spicy chat that's full of literal pedophiles. I don't give a fuck. That's fucking mad weird. You got a fucking breeding ground for pedos. Fucking weird. Sunday's there. Fucking weird. Morale's there. The dog fucking pedophile. The guy that jokes about fucking 17-year-old, 14-year-olds. Fucking weird. Queeman's there defending pedophilia. Fucking weird. You're fucking weird people. I don't give a shit about what the fuck content. You're fucking weird. You're fucking weird as.
And this is the deflection that people are focusing on. This rant, I think, and probably his reaction to it. Is it purposeful? Is he trying to get people's attention on him so he can sort of be the loudest voice, the loudest hater of the people who did these hit pieces, trying to get some of the Destiny crowd the refugees from DGG who left, and why some of the core people, the cultists of DGG, a lot of people are abandoning Destiny. He's still gonna, like Bosch, have his core members, cultists who's been with him a while, and his defenders. And new ones are gonna pop up like food jobs.
As fuck, weird as fuck, and you got to get called out because this is where this is where that's going through. You're giving too much fucking President Sunday pays. Oh, he came in here to talk to Doomer Media. The guy is literally calling victims of a sex crime.
Like Doomer Media. Gonna give too much up.
Sunday pays. Oh, he came in here to talk to Doomer Media. The guy is literally calling victims of a sex crime. He is calling them extortionists. You filth. You subhuman fucking filth. You dogs. You rat fucks. Get the fuck. Clean your fucking closet. Okay? I know fucking Chud Logic is on a fucking trip to Thailand or whatever. I hope he's going to Turkey to get them fucking plugs put in finally. And king. Can that Monopoly go, Moni? God damn, dude. I'm sick of it. I'm done. I don't give a shit. Your little fucking communities can come fucking talk shit. I don't fucking care. I'm a grown adult. I live in fucking Kentucky. What happened? I don't know, officer. That guy was calling me a pedophile on the internet. Why? I was defending Lolicon. All right. Well, can you put your hands on the fucking hood of the car? I'm going to take everything from you people if I can. I'm not even fucking kidding. I'm not. I literally, it's done. The internet's over. People accepting super chats, people that can take super chats and ad money to joke positively about pedophilia. Your career needs to be ended. Your name needs to be out in the public, and you need to.
Tyler can't do any of this shit. Okay. This is what people are taking away. Okay.
And then you're going to be some
I
guy's
needed a
fucking
break from the fucking talk with President Sunday and that. Okay. I am ADHD. Okay. We can get back to it.
Responses
like
over and over again. It was grinding my gears a little bit too much. And it shouldn't have been because I'd already resolved not to answer them. And I think I just forgot that today. Is that to illustrate the point? Containment is impossible. You have to guide currents at the pressure is where you want it to go, not try to keep it down. Or I just got mad at Nick, either or.
Yeah, I think I mean I've said this earlier, but I will say this to you again. I think a read of him is unfair. I think it's uncharitable, and I disagree with you.
Echo, do you think my read of Nick is unfair and charitable?
Fight.
Sorry, go on.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like
Yeah, you fucking don't understand. You're soft selling. Fucking Beckett's being a fucking centrist here. He's being a fucking spineless. Yeah, unfair. You don't have any more. All right, is he gonna come back with something of significance later? Be like, yeah, let me go after President Sunday. I was too easy on him before. No, I don't think he is. Because he's British, okay. The fucking spineless. I don't want to be a bother. That sort of crap there.
like it could be. I don't know in what particular way, Beckett, would you say?
Sorry, I'm getting fucking frustrated. Not literally frustrated. Just in the sort of debate spaces, the fucking people who are have nuanced opinions are fucking being spineless. And then the streamers who have these extreme positions just completely beat them out in the marketplace of ideas. It does frustrate me. I can't fucking do anything about it. I can't push shit in the marketplace of ideas, obviously. But I don't really care to. It's just, I'm trying to figure out how you can be someone in the center with nuanced ideas and not be a spineless little coward. And I'm working on improving that myself. I have that impulse. Let me be fair. Fairness gets you fucking nowhere. Just be fair in how you deal it out. The right does something stupid, call that shit out. Are you being fair? You're not. I don't care about emotions. Okay. What are the facts? Okay. Are they taking any fucking responsibility for this stuff? Or are they just excusing themselves? Same thing with the left. I'm fair that I judge both sides equally. That is how my fairness is compensated at the end of the day. And it's just tired that people who are fair, I'll probably reiterate this again. I think sometimes to be cruel, sometimes to be kind, you got to be cruel. Someone's fucking 300 pounds overweight. You try to help them live healthy. and eat well. That doesn't work. Sometimes a little bit of fat shaming might be a viable tactic for getting them to do it. I'm not saying lump it on to where they commit suicide, but right amount of meanness can be encouraging to certain people. Yeah. Every circumstances has its own particular circumstance, obviously, but you need to understand what you're dealing with. And Beckett is still dealing with this guy, still trying to be fair to him. And I don't understand why. I think he's just naive. Maybe he's just playing the sort of networking game. Maybe he's in the boat with Sunday, so they feel like they're comrades against the world because they did shitty ass videos. Your shitty ass videos at least started a conversation. You get to be martyrs, guys. Be happy with that.
I think at the
Any
core,
particular way?
the fact that Nick would even come and talk to you because of his concerns over this shows how he feels about this story and the situation and Destiny. And if he didn't feel that, he wouldn't have bothered coming to talk to you because ultimately you have no impact on him.
Yeah, then let me just try to get President Sunday to stop his fucking dumbass fucking campaign against Nick. How's Sunday gonna respond here?
Why would he?
I thought I gave specific reasons for why I thought he would anyways.
I think I don't.
Namely, he wanted the story broken, but he didn't want to be responsible for leaking it, which is why he was talking to me and why he threw Tom and Augie and the rest under the bus.
I don't think he would have been that unguarded if that was his only motivation.
Wait, he threw them under the bus? Did I miss something? Or is President Sunday? I don't even care. Okay. That is a subjective thing. Does Augie and fucking never mind.
Well, I think that's kind of the only reason why he would be unguarded in that case. Because like here's the thing. When he was in public, right, he wasn't doing what would be consistent with what he claimed about himself later, which is he's refusing to act without the evidence. He was actively sweeping for Destiny and actively attacking people who are saying that there's a mob of people. I showed the clips on there.
He's
like,
dealing.
back to back.
It's
Your clips fucking suck. I'm not even gonna dignify it. I'm just gonna fucking let's hope this is comprehensive. I have a little bit of X thing. So I found this thread that I want to display. I like Nicholas. So Cherry, I like Nicholas. I don't think he's coming from a bad place, but I strongly disagree. Fine. I keep seeing people signal Denims as the fourth girl, accusing Destiny of something. Her clip is about leaking recordings of non-sexual nature. Don't pretend it's the same issue. Yeah, I like that take. It dilutes the actual issue. It's fine to disagree. Cherry's being somewhat reasonable there. Since this guy came in, oh, look, one whole like. I'm not giving it to him, but it definitely probably a Sunday sort of simp. And maybe not. I don't know if they have brigading crap out there. So let's take a look.
How do I know the victims' names? Because when
as far
Solo
as I'm
Tiny
willing to go
Leaks
let's just go into it as far as I'm willing to.
Published the revenge porn on Kiwi Farms, I saw Andrew Wilson tweeting at Pixie. Much bigger channel than me. Huge.
Again, false premise. It's not revenge. I haven't seen anything make me believe it's revenge porn. From what I hear, he showed off porn. Unless it's another instance, showed off porn to get with a 19-year-old. Yeah. Created unethical, fucked up mental gymnastics there. But it's not revenge porn. It's just not.
Everybody was talking about it. Why are people talking about it as if this was a secret? In order to save their paycheck, they threw all the victims under the bus and colluded to keep that issue silent. Victor Oreo, Chud Logic, Turkey Tom, and all.
Victims. You're diluting the fucking term victim by saying someone. Victims. What did they suffer from that? Oh, I thought we had something. Oh, well. Yeah, he shared that. He disrespected my boundaries. So what? There's actual victims who literally got raped, literally got assaulted. I just think you're watering down the fucking term victim by putting it for your fucking little campaign here. Yes, she was wrong. Destiny's fucked up on 10 different levels. But calling these people victims is fucking copping out of their fucking responsibility at the end of the day. They chose to go into the space. Well, at least all the examples. Cherry, Pixie, I assume. As far as I know, they wanted to get in the orbit, so pay for play. Is it fucked up? Yeah. Absolutely. Is it something anyone with any moral decency would do? I can see certain circumstances where, but at the level Destiny does it, no. That's definitely beyond the pale. And I don't even like to moralize, and I would even willing to do it. I am very reluctant to give a moral thing on that, but yeah, fucked up. Because the outcome of that is going to be a lot of fucked up people. It's not even going to be good for you at the end of the day. Hedonism typically is, and it feels good in the moment. But is it good for you in the long run? Typically not. Unless you're a special little person like Destiny probably believes himself to be, which I believe to be true.
Okay. I guess that was all of them, yeah. I did my video covering them having a conversation and sweeping pretty aggressively for Destiny. Someone sent that to Nick. And in that conversation...
Oh, let's watch this clip of them sweeping quotes.
I had the Kyla and Pixie talk at the ready. This had gone everywhere. This is what Nick said to me.
What is Sunday's standards even? Is it whatever is convenient for his particular crusade of the day or week or month or year?
In private, got sex tapes.
I have to wonder again. I'll reiterate. I really want to know what moral framework these freaking pseudo intellectuals operate under. Because it clearly, Destiny, that's clear. Hedonism, egotism. He cares about himself first. That his legacy with trying to change things is not altruistic in any way. He thinks it is a good thing from his personal philosophy. I don't know even how he can come to his particular support of it, given his absolutely amoral positioning, which I think is fairly well established.
Okay, surprise.
Well, in the back of my head, I was thinking, why would all these people consent to their fucking nudes being exchanged?
Well, the answer
why
is
would that
wouldn't.
even happen? They would absolutely not. They absolutely wouldn't.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I haven't really been able to talk about this with anybody because I'm not like a fucking. It's a huge risk to even discuss it because this guy's got such a chokehold over his community. But I legitimately think if it ever comes out that he's paid a large sum of money to silence a woman after he leaked her fucking naked pictures to try to hook up with a random fucking e-woman.
Yeah. This is what he told you.
It's not great sometimes. Sometimes it's fine. Sometimes it's not great.
I'm sorry. I don't care, Mr. Girl. DGG is not nearly as autistic.
Oh
as
my
fucking
God,
Dark
look
Knight
at this.
Stand-in.
Classic tactic of webbing.
Hey, I'm sorry,
Make
you
it sound
disagree?
like I'm
You
Mr. Go. Make it sound like I'm Mr. Go, one of the DGG bad guys.
Wait,
Oh, you're just
the
like
thing
him,
is-
aren't you?
Wait, who would you rather fight?
This is Mr. Girl. Over the top, a stream. I'm a pedophile. And they did that whole song, saying he is a little bit over the top. His whole fucking retarded meltdown that DGG, the people were bullying me in there and suppressing. Yeah, I think Destiny's a little bit of a bitch for not taking responsibility for his mods and just laying like, that's all them. That's all them. It's a bitch move. But perfectly in line with his worldview and should be expected. And Max going on his whole tantrum based off of that. So he would have, Mr. Girl seems like someone, if he would have stayed, if Destiny would have played ball and would have went with his own fucking little delusional sort of thing and stayed in the orbit, he would have been fine. In reality, fucking Destiny could have been like, yeah, fucking torture this guy. I can believe that. Like, this guy's starting to annoy me. Just get him to spurg out. I want him gone. This is all hypothetical, people. I like to do some theory crafting. Since obviously Sunday is fucking reaching without understanding anything about fucking. I mean, he has a slight point about the Molina, only slight. I'll give him a little bit of credit there.
With DGG full force or Dark Viper's retard audience? Honestly,
when I've had disagreements with Destiny, it's mostly been fine.
And he said stuff in my conversation with him that directly contradicted what he said in public. I showed that in public, he was not just acting out of ignorance. He was actively going against what he knew to be the case to cover up Destiny's crimes and to intimidate people who were discussing them.
Crimes. You know who actually dictates crimes, Mr. Intellectual? The fucking law. Are you the fucking law? Maybe he thinks he's the law. Yeah, I'm getting to this point where I'm just not holding back. His stream's gonna go on a little wild. Blame Tyler for this. I will. It's a complete cope on my behalf, but it's funny cope. It's a funny excuse. Okay. I would rather do a funny excuse for my actions, which I'm like, yeah, I'm just tired of this. It's getting over 2 hours. And I just want to finish this up. So I'm just going to go full ball.
I was exposing to his friends that he was throwing them under the bus for the exact same thing.
Maybe it's not in the clips.
This is what
How
Nick
did he throw
actually
him
thinks
under
of
the
the
bus?
victims. This is Nick's actual attitude. I'm talking about Steven's wife, who was also leaked in those videos.
Oh, good.
It was also leaked on Kiwi Farms.
It's pretty
Okay. Leaked
Can we
on
stop this
Kiwi
fucking
Farms.
sweeping,
Those
please? It's pretty
goddamn
fucking
bigots.
obvious what went on, isn't it?
What
There
do you-
wasn't,
okay,
there
no,
wasn't
no,
fucking
no, no,
consent.
wait,
It's
wait,
obvious,
wait,
bro.
wait.
It's fucking obvious, dude. It's fucking obvious.
Let's.
All right, Adam to the
Okay.
call.
Now,
Show logic. Let's talk about it. Show logic. Let's talk about it. What do you mean it's obvious?
Melina commented on it and said that
So,
she didn't
all right,
consent.
Do I just trust Melina?
All right, hold on. So I went
Okay,
on
well, okay. I tell you what. If she's lying, why doesn't Destiny prove it then?
I don't know. That's why I said.
Why
I'm
did he
waiting to
react
see if
like
he
that? Why
responds.
did he react? Why is he not commenting on it in any meaningful way? It's fucking obvious what's going on, bro.
Who knows?
Bro, the sweeping is unbelievable. I'd heard it, but I didn't know it was
Oh
true.
my
Tom
God.
sweeping for
You
Destiny
say
yet again,
sweeping.
bro.
Here we go.
All
Here
right,
we go.
I went
Okay,
on.
okay, hold on. Let me talk to Shed real quick. Okay. Here we go. Okay.
the
Some
effeminate
moment,
voice
people.
is Nick.
Well, for Melina, she could be
Oh, yeah, the feminine noise.
telling the
Such a
truth. For Destiny, that clip does look bad. But I've been traumatized by the internet, by the amount of false allegations that have happened, that I'm just waiting.
What
Okay,
happens when
I
someone
fucking
levies a false allegation? The person at the center of the allegation responds and debunks it, right?
Yeah, he hasn't
So
responded
why
yet.
hasn't that happened?
I don't know yet.
Is Destiny the kind of
Maybe we'll
person
find
that
out.
shies away from responding to controversy?
All right,
No, but he usually does wait.
So
for what?
The thing is, based on everything I've seen, I think you're probably right. But I'm not going to
Thank
go
you.
out of my way to cast
Thank
judgment
you.
on it when I don't fucking.
Yeah, probably right. Probably right. That's so sweeping. It's cautious. This is both Nick and Tom's experience. You can think it's a bitch move. Cowardly. Yeah. Cowardly as shit. But they got a reason. Does President Sunday want to mitigate that they have possible reasons that they want to be reluctant to make an accusation in their community? You're in a different fucking community, President Sunday. People will just listen and believe you. That you are the person who simps for the listen and believe crowd. They are not. They want evidence. They want hard evidence before they pull the trigger on something. This is not sweeping. And yeah, Chud is pushing them on this. I think is great. Okay. Chud is a great force out of all the former leftists who have popped off from Twitch poll. I think he's the best, but I still think he lets his judgment get compromised in a couple of different ways from the people he talks to and his community. That's audience capture is a thing, man. Audience can sway you over time. It's just a beat down, especially when it's a tag team with your audience and one of the collaborators that are so highly revered in your community, such as Queeben. Even though the dude can't defend shit, the dude can only go on attack. Good at the attack, and I'm surprised no one really fucking breaks him down that way.
fucking know.
Yeah, bro, I'm not saying you have to do a full thing about it. I get that, right? But like, can we stop at all? How it's fucking obvious. It's obvious, okay? It's very clear. What happened?
Okay, but the problem to me is like you say it's obvious, and like I think it probably is that way if I had to guess, but I just don't know. I don't know the
Sure,
people involved.
that's
I don't
fine.
necessarily
Okay.
trust Melina.
Look at the sweeping. He doesn't know. That is such sweeping for Destiny. Probably. So much sweeping. So much sweeping.
Can I just
Maybe
say a
there's
thing,
more.
please? So the problem that I
Maybe
have with
next
that
week.
one video with the Melina stuff is I went back because I didn't trust a random Reddit post with a 30-second
look
clip
at
that
how
was clipped.
irritated he's getting that dick sucking action with his tongue. Ready to suck that dick. You're sucking that dick, Nick. He's not. He's talking about the video. Okay, let's see how President Sunday reacts to that.
From multiple live streams. So I went back and I downloaded the full context to every single clip that was used. So I have like a
And trust me, if I thought there was a good criticism of Nick that I could find in this, I would make it. I'm not finding it. And I'm a critical ass motherfucker. And look at that face again. Ooh, I got him. President Sunday, he's like, oh, yeah, this is so. No, it's not. Not for commentary community. People were highly skeptical for the most part. Extremely biased by their own friends and audience, but that's a different story. All the fucking different together.
2-minute version of every.
Are you talking about the
15-second
clip from her stream that was posted to Reddit?
There was 3 different live streams that were posted to Reddit, and the clip was cut up from like 6 different points into the stream and stitched together. So like the people.
And I don't know how this shit with Pixie, if they knew about it, rumors about it, rumors, not confirmed crap. They believe it to be true, knowing Destiny. Rumors, they don't report on. That's their fucking standards. What are your fucking standards? I want Destiny gone. I'll take any fucking unethical leak, whatever. They came to me because they knew I'm an unethical leaker. Well, that sounds like a you problem, Mr. Sunday.
People are pointing to one clip where she goes, "That's not consensual, and we're not going to talk about that. I'm going to ban you." In context with all the other stuff, it sounded like to me for that one specific clip, she was referring to the stuff from the Leafy thing where people had revenge porn of her or whatever, or like content that wasn't actually her, and it was being shared around. That's what I got from that. But people were connecting that clip to the other clip. This is what I've been trying to. I wasn't sure, so I think Melina should give a more clear and concise statement if she wants to even put this thing out.
Yeah,
But no, I'm
he
sure
has-
Melina right now is addressing.
She has a fucking responsibility to be clear with a statement before commentary bro puts his Nick out on the line. Nick's Nick. Again, commentary is these big hype up people like Nick, fucking Tom Turkey have their experiences that they don't want to repeat. This is their careers. They are very fucking careful about their livelihood. Yeah.
The Leafy thing, right after a mountain of leaked pornography, which includes her, has been exposed on Kiwi Farms.
You assuming Nick watched this, and what's the time frame of this? This is just maybe he's right. I don't think he is. I just don't trust it. I just don't trust it. Okay, back to this shitty ass thing that I am condemning myself to.
It's a New Year's stream. I think it's an unfair read. But I'll say this: like Nick's history with this, when you look at things like
Oh,
Mama
if it's
Mac
New
stuff,
Year's. You didn't tell me it was his birthday.
Well, I mean, it's a group stream where this isn't a setup conversation. They end up in a situation, and it's a difficult one to handle based on. I'm still not clear on the information that they had at the time. I don't think they had as much, and even they just had a
But
single.
we do
screenshot.
though. They told us. He told us. He told us explicitly what he
Well, he
had.
said that screenshot came through after the New
Yeah,
Year's
but the
stream.
screenshot doesn't matter because he was attacking Mel in that video.
Yeah,
Becca,
that
remember?
was my one thing. Like, I think it's totally fine and reasonable to not get involved, to not come out publicly or say anything. But like, did he have to say, oh, maybe Melina was talking about the Leafy thing? Did Tom have to say, oh, why would you trust Melina? Like, they're putting like
I'd have
you
to go
can
back
just
over
not
the
say
stream, but
anything.
my recollection is that he agreed with Chud at the end. And you know, again, I don't want to go.
Who,
I don't
Tom?
want to Nick. I don't want to go like super deep into this. But
Yeah.
it's one of those where
No, I'm not invested. I'm not invested in turning you on, Nick. It's fine. It's all good.
But I just want to voice that, I guess.
I'm not invested on turning you on the neck, but I think everyone else who actually align with me should.
Because it is a frustration. But I mean,
That's fair.
you know,
I think.
Like here's the thing. Like
fair,
yeah.
fair.
The thing is
See,
that
the way they fucking use fair, it's not fair. It's just fucking dog shit. You fucked up Sunday, so you're trying to find a scapegoat. The fact Beckett ain't calling you out for that, yeah. Dude, I think you're trying to use Nick as a scapegoat because you're taking heat. Maybe you need to, instead of get stoned, do streams like a fucking retard, fight with Westside Tyler, take a little break, a few days, not enough to say that you're just off the internet, but, get your rest, go out, touch some grass, and then fucking come back, think about it, and respond. But no, reflectively throwing him under the bus and projecting that onto Nick with a clip that was done in just a fucking little stupid ass stream segment. Good catch, but bad fucking reading of that.
Yes, the framing that I put that clip in the video with, which I told him, we together told him, was
I framed it properly, man. I got no criticism coming my way. I'm President Sunday.
specifically
Believe in me.
not geared towards attacking him for stuff he said in that call. That was my entire attitude. It's like, look, if he's making this move, I don't really care what motivated him. I don't care why he's on the right side of this. I'm just glad that somebody is, so that something can happen, so that this whole like dark cloud can be broken and people can actually start to address like the rot that's happening here.
And if that's what your intent, don't fucking pass off the blame to Nick. He knew you're looking for a scapegoat to make someone justify your unethical action. That's the way I'm reading it. It seems like a lot of Cope and see he's going to call you out, or is he going to say, that's fair? Well, we'll see. I forget how this goes down.
What's frustrating to me is that it really seems like he was trying to use that, not just to launder that position so he doesn't have to own up to being that leaker, but also because he's using it and essentially throwing me under the bus in order to try to mend his relationship with Tom, which I don't care about. I'm not invested in this. It's just a nasty, scummy thing to do. And
I don't care about it, but that's nasty. He's morally horrible for my delusional fucking take because I'm fucking can't deal with this. I have to find someone else to pin it on, not me. He's the horrible one. Fucking hell. Who did the video? Not again. People not taking responsibility for your fucking actions. Own it if you're going to own it and don't fucking hide from it. Okay. You don't have to respond to every fucking video, but if someone comes up to you and talks to you about it, don't be this much of a bitch about it.
I'm just not a huge fan of the way he conducted himself in all of this. It wasn't honest.
I think it
wasn't honest at all.
I think it's a difficult situation, and for everyone. And I think one thing that I wish you consider more is the fact that we were both going to get flack for this, both discussed it, like understanding that, and you reacted particularly badly to the flack from Nick when it's something you knew, at least from talking to me, was a controversial decision and would have repercussions.
What, to leaking him? That's not a controversial decision at all. He himself has leaked stuff in the past constantly. That's common practice here. Very common practice. And by the by,
that's bullshit. That's done after way too much deliberation, but you did it with no thoughts. You rationalized in your own fucking little tiny brain.
The leak in question was something that exposed directly that in private he admitted the direct opposite of what he was shaming people in public for. Namely, he's actually afraid to speak out, according to himself.
Cope.
He'll specifically say, "Oh, you're acting like Mr."
Oh God. Okay, I think I can pass. I'm tired of this shit. I'll let it play.
You're paranoid. You're not that autistic. No, you're all fine. I don't think that's cool. I think what that does is that gives people
it's not cool.
The impression that he knows less than he
You're
does.
more of a bitch than Westside Tyler. I'm not even sure if Westside Tyler, but they're making him out to be
people who are pointing out a very real problem that even he acknowledges in private, and it creates a culture, an atmosphere of hostility to people who want to address the problem, so people are less likely to come out and talk.
Oh yes, Nick is the problem. Nick is the problem. It's not fucking DGG. Fucking calling him out on their values. It's the guy who doesn't hold their values that creates the atmosphere. Clean up your own shit. Fucking hell.
Queeman, if we're just sharing our opinions.
And we're back into let's watch Queeman just fucking manhandle fucking counterpoints. I'm not saying counterpoints did anyone well. He fucking volunteered for this fucking beat down from Queeman and I forget, is that Cherry or Ruby or all these stripper names? Even Destiny's got the stripper name.
I mean, yeah, we're
Then
in a debate live
you
stream.
two think that he should be on a sex offender registry, and I don't.
Okay, so could you give me reasoning for that? What's wrong with my reasoning? Why do you think he
Yeah,
should
because
inform
on the
future partners?
spectrum of crime committed by human beings, there's sharing nudes in pornographic.
Hold on, we're gonna. Does this actually? Hold on, we're at fucking 43. Yeah, we'll go for another little bit.
Videos. And then there's forcibly
He
rape.
turned on Chud now, probably because he doesn't upload the emote Tyler made for him. Yeah, I saw his like comments about Chud and Queeman as like rape communities. I mean,
people. And I think there's probably a spectrum of crime in between that are not as serious. Lav, shut the fuck up. He asked a question. I'm going to answer it. So there's a spectrum of sex crime here, right? So I think that rapists and pedophiles should probably be killed by the state. Okay.
Real.
I will say this actually. Last thing on Tyler, just because I'm tired and I had my rant earlier. I think it is pretty fucking.
Yeah, not gonna make excuses, but he's tired. Get the fuck off the stream.
No.
Understand. He's personally irritated by it, although he probably shouldn't. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of how to formulate this without sounding so mean, but I'll just say this. If you keep on trusting the same dipshits and keep getting burned, like he brings up at one point that this is the second time he got burned. What was the first time? Was it Kumo? Someone who I knew I wouldn't get too associated with. I knew that. I'm not even heavily into this commentary shit, and I knew getting too attached to fucking Kumo was a fucking moronic. Am I just smarter than fucking Beckett? That I know that and he didn't? Same thing with Himpleton. I knew he was a walking time bomb. I knew about all this shit. All these other commentary bros know nothing about the sect. Do they not vet? Do they not look into any of the shit? These guys are just fucking jokes when it comes to research. They just listen and believe. That's what I respect. I mean, even Judd has his flaws. I think he's probably the best out of them, and I respect the man, even if he does get a little bit annoying at times. And I wanted to respect Beckett, but this is just, go back to entertain your audience. He's going to talk about it. If he doesn't, it's in the stream, so I don't care about it. He's going to bring it up at least the last timestamp that I have, where I will make I'll probably do a little bit more Tyler or something else in between as a break.
Interesting, because he mentions Diesel in that. He mentions Diesel in his whole raid. He's like,
yeah, mentions Diesel. He's trying to fucking burn you, cut off your contacts. Maybe you should be mad about it. Okay. Is it a calculated move, or does he want you to weaponize your community? Is he purposely being an obnoxious asshole to get you to come after him so he can be I don't know if he will play the victim card. We'll have to see that plays out. This is why I don't want to go too deep into that angle.
I would have gone for an optics check to Diesel because, why wouldn't you? Hey, Tyler, here's a little fucking surprise for you. I did go to Diesel for an optics check on this. I talked.
Owned. Diesel even copped to that. But your reading of him is really juvenile. That's my problem with this. You could be taking this bait. Everything you could be doing could be utilized by fucking Westside Tyler to grow himself. I don't know how. That's just a theory at this moment. There's a lot of bait going out there. His sort of association with Antonio Gramsci, who definitely did a beautiful job of sort of doing a video, getting a response from EFAP and creating a fucking at least 40K subscribers based off of that. Attention economy, okay? You can turn around bad optics or bad optics from some people attention into success. I don't want to take that route. It takes a lot of fucking hard work and dedication to do that. More work than I'm willing to put in. I'm just trying to understand the sort of mechanism of social media influencers. That's my main concern. Trying to figure out people. This is maybe why I could have told Beckett that this guy would have pulled something like this, especially when you did such a dumb thing, especially with someone he really hates and was talked out of fighting. I think a lot of this comes from commentary being like his, because Diesel admits in his fucking stream, they're like, you don't want to do this. You don't want to escalate it with this crazy guy, President Sunday. I think there's a bit of bitterness from that and be like, you know what? They talked me out of fucking going jihad on this. So, and they did this with him. I'm feeling betrayed. I'm not going to actually say that. So I'm just going to go jihad. So there could be a little bit of merit to what they're saying. But the fact that they can't see it and that they're not even going to factor it in is just fucking funny to them. Like, I don't even consider myself that smart. Okay? Obviously. Maybe I just notice things they don't, have a more wider, more skeptical, jaded, willing to fucking go jihad on people myself. I have my limits. I wouldn't go to West Side Tyler's approach, making some of the claims he does. But everyone has their own lines.
To Diesel about this. Diesel is an actual friend. I play D&D and WoW with him.
This seems like such fucking cope here. You were bad. You were fucking friends. Why did you think you were friends? Is friendship so little to you? Or are you just saying, is your term friend just a way to say connections in the field? Or you just, again, he's either a master player of games coping with this, but the more likely case is he's just being really fucking naive. If he's still dating Stardust with what he says, he might be just the naive part. Don't assume malice when incompetence is sometimes more likely. I'm leaning towards more naivety. And if it benefits him, even more. A lot of people rationalize their personal decisions. I'm a good person. I treat people fairly. So when I don't get it fairly, I feel bad. And it's a way to compensate the sort of networking probably a lot of. I'm not saying it's Beckett directly, but psychologically, people rationalize their decisions. And he has this whole little speech. I don't do this for money. I don't do this for clout. What do you do it for? A community? For friendship? Are you that pathetic that you can't go out into... Maybe he is. Maybe he is. If you're not doing it, even if you're not doing it for clout or money, you want something out of this. What I want out of this, basically, free reign to figure out how different people on the internet work. I'm going after understanding. I'm not going for audience. Hell, I'm not even going for entertainment. I'm understanding the sort of internet. And for that, the path I've chosen is a little chaotic, but it's something that I don't regret.
We have a show together. I talk to Diesel on a very regular basis. Is me.
Yeah, I hear.
But the person who defended him within the commentary group is me.
Did he ask for your... This is just such cope. And I'm not going to play the Diesel stream. They're like, yeah, we were baiting him on Twitter and he reacted. How the fuck old are you? He pissed you off, so you trolled him and he reacted. He was probably just fucking with you back. You ever think about that? I don't know. Westside Tyler has the I don't give a fuck. You want to call me crazy? I will play up the crazy. I will come across as the most disingenuous motherfucker in the world. That's how he played it off. And not understanding that shows the limits of just how little you know about this different personality types and the different tactics different. Do I think it's disingenuous and fucking fake as shit? And maybe he's utilizing some mental illness online under an activist movement, like a lot of activists tend to do. Weaponize autism, they call it. But it comes in a whole bunch of forms. Yeah, it's a possibility he's doing that. Possible he's doing a complete act. I don't do mind reading. And again, I learned enough about psychology to know. Don't fucking assume you know some things so easily, because what people hide, sometimes people will intentionally show you things to mislead you. And sometimes a cigar is just a cigar.
Might have fucking miscalculated a little bit there.
And then
No, he found the perfect time to backstab you, dude. If there's any time to fucking do a turncoat, it's here. I hope Beckett doesn't have a. I mean, I don't even think this is the worst thing in the world. Yeah, it was dry. It was factually incorrect. It was flawed logic using DMs to sort of do a video with. I understand his rationale. But the fact that you're still talking to him, maybe for damage control, so his community doesn't go after anyone else, like that could be the case. Or he just generally feels bad and trying to talk Sunday out and think maybe Sunday has some redeeming qualities. I mean, I even think President Sunday has some redeeming qualities. Don't ask me to fucking list them. I'm just sure that he's not completely a jackass.
I think that people who send pornographic images should probably receive civil penalties and maybe some criminal penalties depending on how reckless they are.
So what's the list
That's my
used for?
spectrum.
What's the list used
But
for?
you're saying that you want him to suffer a consequence over
Yeah,
here.
wait,
and
no,
I'm
no,
saying
no.
that it's
What's
not
the
that
list
big of a
used for? So
consequence.
you think pedophiles and rapists should be killed, and people who share unconsensual material should be given civil penalties? Who's the list used for?
Pedophiles.
But I thought they were
It's
killed.
not just pedophiles.
Well, I mean, I would kill them, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So who do you
I'm
think the
talking about
list?
how it's
So
used
yeah.
now.
So
Who'd be on
which
the list
crimes? Yeah, who's on the list to you? Who should be on the list?
The list is a death row list.
No, the sex offender registry. You fucking retard.
Yeah, I wouldn't keep sex offenders around.
You wouldn't have any sex offender registry. There's no sex crimes you can think of that people shouldn't be killed for, but should be put on a list for.
Well, I mean, you're smart. You got that
why would
Jewish
you call
IQ.
him a
Listen,
predator?
I'm in here getting
No,
beat.
no.
Yeah, okay. This is where this go off the chain, and I think this is just pathetic. Pathetic all around that he's watching this. I mean, I guess he finds this entertainment, cathartic. He's rolling a cig. Can't blame him for that.
There is a person who obtains or tries to obtain sexual contact with another person in an abusive or predatory manner. The term is often used to describe people who commit sex crimes, such as.
Yeah, the fact that he's just laughing at this fucking retarded ass combo. Maybe I just overestimate Beckett's intelligence. That he can't recognize. He's willing to keep fucking dipshits like Queeman around as friends. Loyalty. I think it's loyalty. Maybe it's high in loyalty. Maybe it's not stupidity. Maybe it's just blind naivety, blind loyalty to a fucking group, a team. But there's another factor that's going to come in.
Okay, so I'm
going
going to say
what you said a minute.
Connor, sweep
enough because these would be.
Like I said, this whole
where it's like I just come from an older part of the internet.
Oh, here definitely.
I'm just kind of like whatever.
missions.
You're
guys.
I saw Tommy
This is
C say he doesn't
dumbass
give a fuck
Conor
about Pixie or
argument.
any of the women, and that was pretty funny. Like, yeah, I think a few people, especially from the older side of the internet, are just kind of like, whatever, right? Like, I, I think I saw this in like Harmful Opinions coverage, where it's like I just come from an older part of the internet, and I wouldn't go that far by any means.
I must come from an older part of the internet. I just have a different attitude. No, I think you're a whole bunch of pussy ass fucking nihilist. Okay, entertainment. You prioritize your community when you're in fucking drama, which is fine, absolutely fine. But don't expect. I don't understand why you should understand why anyone should respect you, why they shouldn't just utilize you. I wouldn't do it because I don't care about getting ahead. So I got betrayed personally. I got betrayed by people, but you know what? I didn't go after them. I could have just fucking turned code and gotten all mad. And I did get mad. I literally got mad. But then I rationalized, I'm like, what the fuck? They're probably just stupid and got roped into doing this stupid ass shit and not think about it. The circumstances about that, I'm not going to talk about. There was something I got pressured into try doing. I thought about it. I was like, no, not doing it. I would have to come out with some truths, some hard facts, some crappy behind the scenes stuff like fucking Beckett's doing for his sort of turncoat thing. But you know what? I don't have that high loyalty. I made a rational decision. It wasn't dumb who pulled the trigger on it. Or at least they're too stupid to realize they got part of something. Sometimes people are just stupid. Sometimes people are bad. And sometimes a bad hit piece is going to fuck you over at the end of the day. Just take it like a man. But again, like harmful opinions, and he likes harmful opinions. I think that's basis shit. But he likes a lot of fucking dipshits also. So I don't know about trusting his judgment.
I do give a shit. But yeah, I think I get Tommy's position.
No, you don't. You don't give a shit. You would take a fucking stand. You wouldn't be a bitch and say, yeah, I'll take the criticism. No, you think you give a shit. But you don't. Again, sweeping for Tommy. Doing yeah, he disagrees with me. But Tyler, I don't even know if he says that. He said earlier, this is the last time I'm talking about him. No, if you gave a shit, you would put in work and you wouldn't make excuses. You'd be like, okay, I think if you gave a shit, you'd be like, yeah, I misjudged Tyler. Okay. Both him and Sunday fucking are perfect fucking lovers. They should fucking have their gay little tryst with how much of a good couple. I wish them luck. I'm not going to deal with either one of the fuckheads. But you're talk to fucking Sunday, maybe you rationalize that by their own fucking little logic, but at the end of the day, you don't care. You think you care. I do believe he thinks he cares, and this is how he cares. But he's not willing to fucking dole out the fucking whips to the fucking juveniles that he associates with. He gives them criticism, and he isn't like, go fucking stand in the corner, fucking morale. Queeman, yeah, go time out. Why the fuck are you doing this horrible argument against Conor? I know he's a dipshit, Conor. Complete and utter dipshit, probably in the pocket of Brianna Wu. You just playing into this shit now. The hate. I'm talking a little out of my ass there, but the general sentiment is still there.
You know, from knowing Tommy as at a limited level. Tommy's a good lad. Tommy's a good lad. We had a good chat.
A lot of lawyers.
Everyone's good, but Tyler, you should have known that beforehand. Why the fuck did you depend so much on it. Just the stupidity hurts.
I know you guys.
So watching Conor try and fail to derail Queeman is hilarious. Every time he deflects, Queeman is just too well educated on tangents and too quick. Yeah. Because this is
Yeah, he's a debate bro, a paper tiger, but he's your paper tiger. He's your little group's attack dog. He turns on you. I doubt Queeman would do it. I think Queeman has strong loyalty, despite his fucking rabbit nature.
this isn't Queeman. Queeman is like the most terrifying person to like do drama content against because he has all.
He's really not. He's really not. He picks and chooses. If you would depress him on a certain point, yeah, he uses the cope. I don't want to discuss Lolicon. You'll see that. You press him on certain things, he won't get into it. And you're moral cowards for taking this. He's a fucking coward for not actually taking that up because he doesn't want to fight against that. He would rather attack those who do it in other ways. Wait for them to fuck up, discredit them, and make those who attack Lolicon not via their Lolicon arguments, but via other fuck ups. It's the way to attack those who you disagree with on other fucking terms. And that's cowardly. I'm not saying that there isn't other reasons to fucking go after Conor in particular, but there are certain cases where it does seem to be the sort of driving motivation of the smart attack dog and the really dumb attack dog of this fucking circle who are kept him around for some reason because Beckett likes them.
All the like rhetorical skills that he sort of picked up through Twitch poll and Chud and like Destiny and Max and everyone else. But he's got the eye for content of a drama creator, which means he is very, very difficult to fight against because it's like the Doomer Media thing that happened.
Oh, the Doomer Media thing. Doomer Media couldn't debate with his life. He could not deal with confrontations well. He eventually ended up playing into the sort of the sort of spurg of this field. But those spurgs burned out. Lofty Pixels is another one. I doubt anyone around knows who Lofty Pixels is. Another punching bag of them. I think the one I had a conflict is disingenuous. Not going to mention his name. I think he's a much better useful idiot for a certain crowd than Doomer Media or Lofty Pixels is. Perfect clown. Conor is the clown for Brianna Wu and progressive victory. So I think that's why he takes the beating with such fucking good grace. You satiate the dogs and maybe they'll leave you alone for a while. It's a great tactic of Brianna Wu. Okay, and the fact that people don't see it. Deflection tactics. And I could be misreading it, but I think there's a certain merit where people who are actually in the debate spaces and against these certain people to actually realize, yeah, you're sort of getting played with this whole dog and pony show to satiate the audience, but not actually solve the Brianna Wu problem.
Because
it can't be
freaking out, and he goes, "You, Queeman, only can."
She keeps on going on
about drama, and he went, "Yeah," and you can hear Doomer just like fucking break. Conor doesn't know how to deal with it. He doesn't know how to. He didn't know how to deal with it when it happened with me. During the PV stuff, a load of people were fighting with Conor. There was like a call-in stream, and like
again, his audience doesn't know about this political shit. He's just asserted stuff when most of them probably don't know fucking anything about this. He doesn't have chat up either. He has his whole cope about it. You know, part-time, why do chat? Oh, yeah, we get a goal. Yeah. Bit of a coward. A little bit of a dirty. I don't even think he knows he's doing this, though. A lot of the time, people pick up these habits and they don't know they're doing this. It's just like loyalty. They find rationale for excusing the actions of people on their team. Happens all over the world. I probably even do it sometimes. This is why I avoid being like, if I get criticism, at least direct criticism, I'm not going to fucking watch your fucking 8-hour video, pick out your fucking disingenuous, nitpicking bullshit argument that barely is valid. Maybe it has some validity, but it's not really worth much. And there's plenty of instances of fucking Queeman doing that I've seen. Is it worth making content on? Fuck no.
Like one after the other, he kept going, you leftists are ineffective. You were ineffective. And then it came to me, and I was like calling him a retard and stuff. He was like, your problem is you're politically ineffective. And I went, I don't care about the political side. I care about internet ecosystems. That's what I care about.
What the fuck does this even mean? Internet ecosystems. He says this maybe because I'm not a fucking leftist. He's moving the goalpost, okay? What sort of context was this in? It could have been disingenuous as all hell. I don't care enough to know. Maybe he's completely right. It's just a debate tactic he took up against Conor, which Conor's fine with. He plays into it. This is why he's such a fucking good, useful idiot. Why he was the token fucking conservative who had his base moments, but there's sometimes I was just like, you're a dipshit, man.
Care about. And Conor had to like move his position to like meet me because he was like, well, what about the political effectiveness? I was like, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I care about treating your audience correctly and things like disclosure. That's what I give a fuck about.
See, I like the fucking disclosure. Treat the audience correctly. Pamper them. Can you not go against your audience? Again, this is what I like about Chud. He'll fight with his audience. Over stupid stuff sometimes, but over certain good issues. Again, Chud, I as I said, he has some dumb moments, but overall rep for him. Nicholas, I think he's a much bigger coward, so he gets docked that. He has a good reason for it. Same with Turkey Tom. Cowards, but at least they have a justifiable reason. If Beckett becomes a little bit of a bitch over this and say, I don't care, as a way to avoid shit, it's a bitch move. Not the word, not the highest mighty fucking criticism, but you know what? I don't care that much about making a big deal. Oh, I could definitely get in the scene, but I don't want to fucking deal with the autistic idiots. Do they qualify as retards? Do you think they're yeah, there's a mixture of idiots and retards within it who are legitimately brain damaged, but some of them are just fucking little idiots who fucking have no spine or balls.
It's not hard, but like once you've got like Conor's got a talking point, that's it. It's a talking point. It's in his head. It's
But I will have to acknowledge, not having to care about an audience gives you a certain amount of freedom to say what you want. You don't need it. Some certain audiences, some men go to dommy mommies to sort of abuse and call them names. Different audiences will like different things. His audience, very telling. He probably got a lot of it off of the Leo Convoy stuff in the art CC. But I'll leave that for my last particular point.
It's a flashing bulb. And if you're not hitting that talking point, he doesn't really know what to do with it because he's only thought about that talking point. Conor has been trying to woo Queeman's audience for a hot minute now.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. This is probably correct. He's a pandering ass motherfucker. Is there anything of any more value in this? Probably not. He jumps on the Dan stuff, which I can't comment on. I think they're uncharitable. Dan is definitely crashing out. I agree with that. He's trying to compensate his business partner and friend of so many years. I think they're being assholes about it, but he's a rich guy. I don't give a fuck about him. He seems like an okay guy, but definitely a spaz, definitely a lot of things. I think they're being a little bit uncharitable towards Dan, but he is part of the Destiny orbit, so fuck giving them charitability. They've been, I'm fine with that reading. Fuck everyone associated who knows about all that fucking dipshit. But I'm not going to pretend like I care about people, like the ecosystem, that I care about what the audience cares about. Sometimes it works. I take feedback from fucking audience when they're around, if they have anything fucking intelligent to say. Unfortunately, you're not going to get a lot of intelligence out of most audiences, especially not most audiences from what I've seen in fucking commentary. I've been down. Oh God, I just feel bad for even chatting sometimes with how. Yeah, let me not speak anymore of that. I'm already being an asshole enough, I think.
Sniffed out as lacking rather quickly. What was he? He went on Chuds during the food shop stuff, didn't he? And he was like, "Oh, I'm a queefer." He kept calling himself a queefer or something. I was like, I have never heard anyone refer to themselves as queefer. What the fuck are you doing? He was like, I love Queeman. You know, I watch Queeman all the time, and I'm like, dude, you can just say you're annoyed at him. It's fine. I get annoyed at Queeman occasionally. I still like Queeman, but I disagree with him. Like, what?
Disagreed. Like he disagrees with. Yeah, you can heavily disagree, and you can be like, yeah, you're a fucking retard. What you're doing is not good for the creator atmosphere. It's good for our commentary side to have you as an attack dog. Same thing with the other, probably retarded. I think calling him an idiot is a disservice to. I think legitimately brain damage is involved with the fur guy, because I can't believe he's that dumb on purpose unless he makes more money off of it or think he'll make money and just doing the same thing as fucking Conor does. I don't know. I can speculate all day. The truth, I don't know about that.
It's fine. Beavers is jealous. Beavers is always jealous.
Oh yeah, now recording the dumbest podcast ever. I swear. I have nothing personal against them. I just think fucking Now Recording is the dumbest ass content ever. And a lot of the dipshits there.
Oh, I mean, well,
is this DK? Not like I have a chat to respond. Fucking hell. Sometimes chat is useful, but yeah.
I mean, it's probably no secret. I can't stand Destiny. I've never been a fan of him. Like my introduction to him.
Yeah, I don't care about your feelings. Facts don't care about your feelings. Why do everyone need to fucking talk about their feelings? So I don't care about any of these people. If I sound angry, irritated, or happy, mainly because I hear something that I appreciate or I hear something that annoys me. He's trying to create parasocial relationships with people I've never met. I mean, I have made friendships. I've attempted to make friendships and have loose friendships, but it's not anything that I'm gonna die on the hill. I'm never gonna, but that's the type of person I am.
Was like way back.
Oh look, he put chat up.
Yeah, mine too.
While it was enjoyable
you get to see the intelligence
run
of
fucking rings around those idiots.
Beckett.
I always found him to be a weird little girl, and none of this is a surprise at all. So like part of me is kind of he can't get out of. He's not cooked. I presume what's going to happen is going to be very similar to Forge. Like he's going to suffer consequences as far as future opportunities are concerned. He'll lose some of his viewership. His core audience isn't going anywhere. They're in for the fucking long haul.
This is probably a good reading.
As far as what Destiny
Just
wants,
insane.
everybody like it's been clear as day for the last year plus. Like he wants out. He doesn't want anything to do with this shit anymore. He wants to go mainstream. He wants to be taken seriously, and I think that is not happening. No one of any repute is going to want to touch him. He's going to, and it's going to be basically the same thing that happened with Mark Gudgel. He's going to be persona non grata a very long time, and he's going to be left like scraping the barrel as far as anything resembling real politics. And to be perfectly honest, good. Like he deserves it. He's a gross little scumbag. Like this is like, beyond the pale. Like this kind of behavior should not be like swept for in any capacity. And I'm glad most people aren't. Even Dan.
Okay, I'm not really. I didn't steal the line. I've watched this. Beyond the Pale is just something I use because I'm reluctant to actually moralize. But that's me.
Like Dan's his best friend. Dan's the closest he's got to like a full-on ally.
I don't like to moralize. I intellectualize. Okay, because I think that's more effective. I guess it's boring. Saying you hate people is lovely, but I don't. I just don't care. I'm analyzing this stuff and trying to present it in some way. I don't know. At some point, I'm not suited for streaming, but never hurts to practice what's something that you're not great at. You'll get better. Who knows?
Who's willing to go to war for him?
Yeah. Too many people are willing to just be like, yeah, I'm not good at this. I'm not going to do it. Yeah. Practice makes perfect is a saying. Some things you're not going to be talented at. Yeah, I'm not talented at streaming, but you're not going to ever get anyone good or challenge yourself unless you fucking actually challenge yourself with things you're not good at. Fucking hell.
And even Dan said, like, whatever happens, he basically deserves it. Like, he doesn't want to see him like completely crucified and like to be the completely end of his career, but he wants him to face consequences. He thinks he does deserve something. So, like.
Yeah, it's I found Dan really interesting in DMs. I didn't hate him. But it's I think the whole thing's a really interesting one to have watched unfold. And
nice guy, not gonna commit anyone to any hate. I think they're a nice guy, so they're probably good. I think Beckett's probably a nice guy, but he could be a fucking just manipulator. He keeps enough around. I'm not going to speak of any. I can't say he's one. I think he's at the level. I think he's just naive. But yeah, naive is probably the best word I would use for him.
He told my dad about it, so I wanted his opinion. And he was
as far as whether you should do it.
No, just on not on whether I should release anything, but on the actual drama itself and what he thought. And he was like, "That sounds horrifying."
Why bring your dad into this? A very humanizing aspect, I guess. I think this is genuine from him. I think he did this. Could be wrong again.
I don't know fully what's going on behind the scenes, but there's been redevelopment in terms of website stuff for a while, and there's been chatter about basically creating something. I know it's not a great comparison, but something akin to Cozy, like an actual network, and that is like a launch pad into a larger media agency, going like the Daily Wire route, potentially bringing in additional streamers and.
Yes. Destiny wanted to create a network. That much is obvious. I'm getting tired of this. My stream endurance sucks. I just want to get to this last point. Okay, give the audience somewhat entertaining. I don't fucking know if you consider him entertaining. He's interesting, at the very least. Is this even the video I want? Fucking hell. I'll let this play instead.
No, I can like having fucking Destiny as the head, as the boss, overlooking a media empire. That is full on Weinstein shit. That's horrifying. That's a horrifying concept in his current form. Because I don't believe he's changed.
From Dan's world.
Because this is one of, well, actually, I don't want to spoil it. There's something that Dan brings up in the stream, which it doesn't take long before you go, oh, hang on, that's not quite the case, is it, Dan?
You know, there's something weird about all of this as well. That what's a good way to put this? Destiny himself isn't like a surprise, but what consistently surprises me is the people around Destiny do this thing. You know, when like people take massive risks, they're like, I'm gonna try. Like when I say massive risks, I mean like statistical risks, like driving without a seatbelt and getting into a car crash, or they're like the whole kind of like, oh, it'll never happen to me thing. Seems like every orbiter makes this mistake where they're like, and I think Kyler's done this, where like it's like, well, he's done this with all these other people, but for me, it's going to be different, and it's never fucking different. Destiny, not talking about the leagues, but Destiny, anyone he gets close to, their lives get turned to dust.
Yeah,
it just every time.
You would figure people would learn after this. Why do they keep coming back if it's so obvious? I agree. Anyone who looks at this is what seems to happen. Is it the reality or is it just a carefully portrayed? I don't even care. It's just about what is presented in public, and what's presented in public. Even what's presented in public tells you that. I'm sure if you get behind the scenes, it's much worse. or it's just all elaborate WWE thing. I think it's the first one. Could be all just this, but well, not for this, obviously. Obviously, there's shit behind the scenes. But for other cases, that might seem similar. Who knows?
I don't really know the word to describe him as a human being. He's a
God.
narcissist, and it's as if
narcissists are human
doesn't really
beings, okay?
consider
That's-
anybody else to
Can
even.
you think of a
that
single
Goblin, you
person
used
who's
it
been in his
early.
orbit
A
for a long time who's
dirty,
come out better off for it?
disgusting goblin. Are you afraid? This can't be DK. Afraid
outside,
of
the only two that come to
anti-Semitic
mind
thing?
are Hassan and Vosh.
But I mean, like,
they
have maintained
obviously-
a positive relationship with him.
No,
There's
no
just not a
one
single
who's actually no one who's maintained a relationship with him. No.
Yeah, positive relationships with unscrupulous people. I'm not even comparing the people Beckett surrounded himself even close to destiny, but there's different degrees. You let someone get too high on their own farts, you get a fucking destiny. Imagine if someone knocked him down early in his career. Could have that even been done? Maybe in a hypothetical future where JonTron beat his ass, he went back to fucking doing StarCraft, and this reality we live in, it would be completely different. I don't know.
There's not a single fucking one of them. It's insane.
Erudite, kind of, but I mean, look at what's happening right now. So yeah. She obviously, in terms of where she
Even
started,
even before this, mate. He's
Yeah.
completely
Well,
fucking
actually,
ruined her life.
Yeah. It's particularly when you consider she's completely uprooted him entire.
Okay, switch over time. Let's switch to a little bit of this guy. Definitely disparaging. I don't think I included this. More of Tyler's slander against these dipshits, at least hyperbolic. And switch.
You're slandering the story, basically. You're fucking slandering me, libeling me. You're libeling the fucking victim in the story, and you're doing it under the auspice that we're friends, which you can't do because that gives you. If it was someone else, some other third, I don't give a fuck. I know Lonerbox, also a friend of pedophiles, did the same fucking thing. Lonerbox, do you think Lonerbox sweeping for fucking demon fucking thing? I can mitigate the maximum amount of risk time for you to be stressed out and have fucking seizures. That's it. And so I try to get it out quick, as accurate as possible. I'm up for like 3 or 4 days, fucking recording all of this stuff, knowing all my extra shit. I put it together. Everything's in there. Everything's cited. Everything's direct. Boom, boom, boom. Good. Okay. I'm good. I'm cool. I'm clean. Put it out. Right. He starts breaking this fucking thing down. I'm like, stop talking about it. The things that you're literally actively working against having this. You're slandering the story. Basically, you're fucking slandering me, libeling me. You're libeling the fucking victim in the story, and you're doing it under the auspice that we're friends, which you can't.
You are retard. Libeling. He definitely comes off as a fucking retard sometimes. Oh, sorry, idiot. I forgot. I'm trying to abandon the R slur. Not for because it's fucking hell.
Can't do because that gives you. If it was someone else, some other third, I don't give a fuck. I know Lonerbox, also a friend of pedophiles, did the same fucking thing. Lonerbox, do you think Lonerbox sweeping for fucking Demon Mama, sweeping for other people as well? Actual sweeps. Shut up, stop talking about this. And then I got pissed because he fucking wouldn't. And come on, I'm like, I'm not coming on. I'm going out to dinner.
This is President Sunday he's talking about. Just to clarify, this is his side of the story. Who the fuck knows if it's true? I don't trust either President Sunday or Westside Tyler's account of this.
Here's my wife. I wrote a real quick 1-page fucking, this is all the things wrong with you. It's fucking crazy. The fact that you're saying this shit, bugga, pisses me the fuck off. Shut the fuck up, and I'll talk about this with you later. And I was like, I'm going to make it. I know he's going to get fucking pissed at this. Hopefully, at least he's pissed enough to actually stop, and I'll just derail him, and then we can have another conversation later. Because President Sunday is insanely easy to make upset. It's literally, you can piss him off in a heartbeat. If you just go, like, try to make him mad. It's instantaneous. Blew him up, fell apart, fell out, right? And then he was just trying to go back behind the scenes and slander me literally everywhere he could.
This seems like a fucking badass tactic, okay? But you know
he was
what?
trying to destroy my career.
No bad tactics, only bad targets. And he crossed the line or some crap like this. I don't even fucking know. It's just revisionist history. It's not worth looking into.
By like eliminating my contacts with other people, but like whatever. So I was just pissed one night and I saw him go in and talk about something because he'll lie. He just raw lies. He makes stuff up. Everything he said about me literally is made up. Like 99% of it. His audience is stupid enough to believe it too, because they'll be like, "Oh yeah. Tyler literally just joined the military to kill brown kids." I'm sure he did that. because he's too afraid. He's a coward. He's too afraid to work in a warehouse. Like, bro, I worked in a warehouse like literally 2 years ago. Oh God, no, it's 7 years ago.
Okay.
I don't care. I like work. I like work. He doesn't like work.
Colin.
He works for his brother's landscaping company, by the way. Oh, whoops.
Ehor.
Yeah, pretty much.
Back to this for a bit
Listen,
while I
this was-
look
this
for a
was,
little bit more
much earlier in the
Tyler
year.
stuff
Do you remember,
at the
do you
end of the
remember
day.
like there was a video of her trying to, on her own, set up the studio for Bridges. Do you remember this? And she was like,
Well, I do
sleeping on a
remember.
mattress.
Oh
Mantis
God,
well, yeah,
why
mattress.
bring all this shit
And we
up?
saw the results of it in that very first episode.
Yeah,
It was,
sorry.
like, and you could tell that Destiny was just detached from the process. It's kind of one of them.
I'm
I'll
slowish.
show up, but as far as his actual like concern, which you'd think he would.
I'm hoping it'll get to the point that I wanted to
He has
get
always
into.
been like fairly like brand focused as far as like building like something resembling an empire. That's the way he talks about it and the way he treats it. But he does have a very detached like a detachment from it as far as letting the people around him have like certain degrees of autonomy. Like he doesn't seem to.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to care. It's just
Gotcha.
something like that he does. This is like part of the
Did
reason
I
why
even
like,
get
it
the
just
wrong
showed me, like,
timestamp?
back in the day. You just turn up on micro streamers just to debate. Like he
No,
he
no,
was just
no,
he's
no,
one of them. You just
okay.
give him the invite and he'll show
Yeah,
up.
you got to put in the
And then
time.
beyond that, he doesn't seem to have much consideration as far as
I
what
don't
it
have the
actually
time to put
means
in.
and represents. Which is
Or
it's a very
maybe I'm
strange
just too
dichotomy
lazy.
when you like say when you
Maybe I
consider
need
what
to get
DGG
good.
actually represents and what he,
I
like,
need to start
claims to have
sucking
built.
people's dicks.
Yeah,
This is
I
how
think-
you get
I
ahead.
mean, I imagine you've heard this spiel from
Probably.
before,
That actually
essentially
does seem to
most-
be the path
Most
to
people doing
success.
this stuff online
And
are looking for
Destiny's
that
great
validation
at sucking
of
dicks.
something, their intelligence.
I'm
or, like,
sure
success and
all
things. I
Pixie.
think,
I'll
a lot of people are looking for like a sense
Okay,
of
they are the
specific place
victim
they
after
belong, 'cause they never
all.
really had
I
that.
don't want to
But
disparage
Destiny,
fucking
I think for all his
victims.
success, he's like there's this phenomenon where like executives hit this point. Good morning, Emmanuel. Where like they get the corner office and they realize that it wasn't what they wanted. And I
There's
kind
a
of
lot
had
of
this,
fucking theory
experience
crafting
years and
here.
years
I
ago,
cannot approve.
where I was just finishing off my master's. And I
Theory
was looking at
crafting
PhD
is
programs.
always
and I
gay.
just went,
Okay,
I don't really want to do
always
this.
fucking gay. But
It
these
won't make me
guys,
happy. And like that, I think
somewhat
that was not doing a
leftist,
PhD was the best decision, one of the best
left
decisions of my life.
light. I don't know what the fuck they are.
Part of the
Definitely
thrill is the
very
pursuit, the chase, and when you
postmodernist
actually get close to
in
achieving your goals, you realize like
life. This is
Once I
why
realized I could do it,
anecdotal,
I was like, that's
personal
enough.
experience,
It's enough. I don't want to spend the next 3
like
years doing it
fucking
because
straighterades,
what the fuck am
fucking
I going to do with
shit.
a PhD in fucking theology? Like, what the fuck will my life?
Yeah,
be?
he's a man of faith. I believe that.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, I don't know. This has been a lot of craziness and stuff.
Probably
before,
smart.
like, this
Beckett's probably
particular
smart
drama,
in
but-
some regards,
I
and
mean,
in
it's
others.
been fun to dip my toe back into Twitch poll. I said earlier that I saw one comment which was like, "Well, Beckett, why do this? You've got no skin in the game. I know all these people."
Yeah, it's
you know,
emotional.
I'm not detached from it.
He has this
actually, I do have
excuse
one
to pull
more
his
question before we
audience
start.
in.
What do you think of the fact of Sick coming back and Sick's kind of, especially with the whole fight that occurred yesterday between Mr. Gull, you, Queeman, Mantis, Tom, Sick?
well, I understand Six's motivation as far as yesterday is concerned. Like he's in basically a forever war with Tom, like and as an extension Mantis. Beyond that, I don't know.
I wish I didn't
part of me
know
wishes
about
he'd stay
some of
away.
this crap.
I like Sick, and my involvement in
Yeah,
what happened
like,
in the was,
so you're
fairly
gonna sweep
well
for him?
documented. Like,
I
I
don't
kind of
fucking
like
know.
I was kind of a cause
Yeah,
of it,
I'm
I suppose,
pretty
to a
much
degree.
done.
But it wasn't
want
as
to
a, like, wasn't
highlight
with any
something,
malice.
and
It was
hopefully
literally
I'm not a
like, dude, what are you
complete
doing?
retard as I go over because I'm
sit
running
around
on
at this time of the
fumes.
day and I capture stuff. And if people are going to go on stream and say crazy shit, and it's
These
Here,
sex
let's switch
tape
up while I look
leak
for the part that I want to
scandal,
bounce off of before I bounce out.
They accused Pixie of extortion and being paid off to maintain silence in this situation, which is a pretty egregious issue. And I don't mind somebody making an accusation in good faith, but good faith requires some level of evidence relative to the statement in hand. Now, I know what the immediate response is going to be to
I
that,
can
Tyler.
agree, Joe.
You call people that defend lolicon
you have the
pedophiles.
same-
It's because I believe that lolly is for pedophiles, and people that defend pedophiles, if
You
you're not
believe it?
being
Is it
represented,
true?
you're not,
Highly
you're not a
likely,
lawyer or
but
something, then you're just a person that wants
you
more
can't prove
pedophiles
it.
and for pedophiles to feel more
He's
comfortable.
willing
So
to take
I don't
that
really
rage
like you're
stance.
shotgunning that accusation. It's like, yeah. And if
no
I had a
one's willing to
shotgun,
fight about.
I would.
No one
What do you mean?
has the
What do you
moral
mean,
courage to
discriminate?
fight
Okay.
back against this.
Sure,
I'm not.
not
gonna
really
do
my
it.
vibe. I find that
I
kind
think
of
it's
that kind of
stupid to
culture
fight for
disgusting
it.
and
Most
apparently
of the
very
people who
pervasive
fight
in these
for
areas. And
Lolicon
he's a little
are
ass mad
retards.
that
Literally,
I called him
think
out
they
about
are
his personal
literally
relationships
retards.
with
So
people that
he's
do that sort of stuff, but he didn't really refute
proper there.
the context. Mostly, Beckett seems to be pissed about me calling him out. I don't give a
Everyone's
shit.
pissed.
I see stuff.
It's provable. Beckett's pissed off. Tyler, I can't be sure. They're trying to have the narrative. Is it true? Could be. I don't even never never know. And that's absolutely nothing. I paused it or muted it. I don't fucking know. Bouncing.
Say it. That's my whole thing. I don't know. People have in their minds developed
Get a
an
little bit
idea
more
of me
context.
that is bizarrely not who I am. And it expresses itself in the most interesting ways where people are like, I think he's mentally unwell. I am. I tell everybody I'm literally fucking insane since day one. I pride myself in it. I like being crazy. I like it when the Joker makeup kind of is just a vibe and not something you have to wear. I am literally fucking insane. The government gives me money for it. I am. Yeah, I'm fucking crazy, man. I always have been. Have you noticed all the voice? What in the fuck are y'all talking about? But I guess it only really counts. Mostly, I'm just crazy when I'm like just saying stuff about them, which is what it is. I don't know if it's like you think like it's a schizophrenic break. Like he can't be describing reality. Tyler's having one of those PTSD moments. He's just hallucinating pedophiles like a Vietnam flashback. Okay, I don't know what that means.
Interesting approach. Just owning
a bunch of pedophiles in the world. I'm thinking you're like one of them. Am I fucking GI robot?
I mean, it's an interesting tactic.
Operated boy. These people seem like they are pedophiles. That's what a filthy pedophile would say. I watched that fucking show while I was bedridden. I love that goddamn robot. I won't spoil anything. I love that guy. GI robot. That's me, by the way. If you're like, you have these like fiction, that's literally me. Oh, hey, look, it's me. I'm on the fucking screen. I know that guy. That's me. I wish I had a gun arm or two. That's fucking cool.
Audience 30 times.
God damn it, dude. My opinion will always be, especially now that I've fucking really seen this shit in action, it's always been always fucking disgusting. Is ew.
Typically, yeah.
But I'm realizing the more I get online that people don't call it out enough. You know what I mean? Like it's just like fun. Like, you're just like a pedophile.
Where are you, Tyler?
Okay it's fucking weird. That's weird. And
you
got to answer for that
commentary
because I don't know how you're collecting them. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how do you fucking add more to your roster? Well, I mean, one of the ways is to make them comfortable. Like, oh no, I'll stick up for you. Like, ugh. So the thing this weekend was Beckett being pissed at me, I guess, because I was just like, yeah, I'm not going to associate generally.
Yeah, he's saying that Beckett's pissed. That's actually provable. I don't think they can actually prove Tyler. They can make the argument that he's mad, that they have their narrative. I've said before, just because someone has a narrative does not make it fucking wrong. Narratives can be true or close enough to the truth that you can consider it to be practically the truth. But it has to be logical, and crazy man Tyler sometimes has inconsistencies that make
it Beckett. Like, I'm calling you out. I'm not gonna fucking associate.
I mean, you can make the same sort of statement that he fucking plays the sort of postmodern. Yeah, I'm playing up my crazy shit. That's how I'm doing it. That's could be a cope. It could be legitimately his tactic. Would it be a good tactic? No bad tactics, only bad targets, I guess. Something to keep in mind. Because I legitimately think my reading of Tyler,
I think your reporting was pretty bad.
Is going up a little bit fucked up. Very fucked up.
A little statement or two. Apparently, he did what is it? 10 hours and 45 minutes or 11 hours? I can't fucking remember. Very long. He did a half a day's worth of streaming talking about that fucking video. Okay, and then he was pissed as shit at me. Now I don't give a fuck. If he just wanted to be mad at me, that's.
He just mischaracterized. He didn't talk 10 hours. He maybe talked about fucking not even an hour, maybe a half hour about Tyler and that. I mean, he has some streams on fucking Diesel's IRL where he comes in and talks about it for a bit. But he's like, Tyler went on Alpha Block and fucking talked about me for like 2 fucking hours, which something I can't confirm because obviously that's private or something. Not a good look. I said it in the very beginning of the stream. Not a good look to make a claim, and you're a friend who you feel so bad for. That's what they said. I feel so bad for Alpha Block. He fired some, like, Jesus Christ, get over your fucking self. Some shit caused a dispute, a clash of ideology, and you want to fucking get mad about it because you thought he was on. You're wrong. Get over it. You were wrong about the motherfucker, and I was probably right. Is going off on whatever. I hate you. Okay, I'm going to start with this. He's going to talk about it. I can finish up with this and be done. I've just sort of been struggling because this is the main point that I've been going to. Maybe I should have made this a core focus, like the core audience. Okay, so I'm going to give it a bit. Make sure I have everything. I'll even slow it down. So not full slowdown. I'll slow it down to like a little bit because I'm closing out now, and they're talking.
It's like maybe we do need to revive Destiny's career. We should be defending him.
Oh, I mean, like even Wick's having kind of based moments, frankly. Like I'm just like, wait,
what the fuck, Wick having base moments? I can believe it, barely.
What's going on? Like, yeah, it's really fucking weird. Like, I'll maintain this for especially for my like core audience. I am going back to talking about art stuff and like general commentary stuff, and I want to talk more law stuff. But this has been fun, and I'm glad that so many of you come on the ride with me. You know, because hey, listen, I say fun. This week has sucked on many levels, but it has been like I don't know, a little bit of an experience. It's been really interesting watching Morale and Aiden go over old stuff as well and kind of dig things up.
Like fucking hell, this is how orbiters happen. You appreciate these fucking orbiters of you, these shitters. But you know what? You don't properly vet dipshits like Morale. Did you look into it? You're like, have you questioned him? Maybe you did question him, looked up the shit behind the scene and questioned, would you do it? And he goes off again. But because it's Himpleton, it's just criticism. Oh, he was joking. Stop using the fucking joke excuse. Stop using the audience excuse, okay? If you want people to take you seriously. That's it. Okay, you can pander to people. You're perfectly within your rights to pander. But I see so many people using that as a cope, not holding their audience themselves to any standards. Yeah, I take the criticism, but what do you do? I'm not going to do something like this again. Of course not. You fucked it up. You got criticism. Oh, it was quite an experience. Of course you're not going to do it again. Okay. Yeah, you're going to go back to, and this is the point about audiences that I found. Okay. Where I guess it comes on later. Yeah. Okay. He brings it up. Very good point that I want to bring up. Probably shouldn't have.
I mean, the idea that I mean, because it's one of those I know sick put out. It's like we did this for clicks and content. I'll be honest with you. You could probably poll my chat for this, but chat's chilling because it's been a stressful week and things, and I actually do have my own audience now outside of Dioria's. You know, if Dioria goes live when I go live, my numbers stay pretty consistent.
So he establishes that he got some of his audience off of Diorio crossover there. Where did the rest of his audience come from? I'm curious. Probably different places. A smorgasbord of audiences.
They don't want me to do political content. They don't care about this stuff. They don't give a shit. If I switched over to this, I'd make a net loss, not net positive, and also not loss because I like the community I've got. Frankly,
community.
It's not an incentive for me in any fucking way.
Yeah,
then why are you doing it?
The old Twitch poll side of things as well. It's a different level of investment. It's very difficult to make a living.
Yeah, they just go into Twitch poll is not profitable. Okay, money, content, entertainment. That is someone like Beckett's prime purpose. So whenever he does moralizing, that's just for entertainment. Yeah, that's an argument that could be made. I probably shouldn't make it, but I guess entertainment is the highest value of a lot of dipshits. And you're going to fucking cope and seethe about it in some cases when it turns out badly.
You know, you get a feel for
I'm not even gonna judge fucking Beckett. I haven't heard of any instances, anything like this before, but this is pretty big. His involvement, the criticism on it might come up. He might just skate by because he was trying to do better than President Sunday, who I agree was going to do this no matter what. But that's just an excuse to me. And
Certain types of
audiences.
content, and frankly, you know, I know what my audience wants to come and chill out for. There's a reason my Discord has a general chat and an art chat and a pets chat. That's it. That's all anyone gets, and it's really chilled out. Barely anyone gets banned. But you know, this is the most my mods have ever had to step in my Discord to get conversations to start. Normally, they just let them run. They don't care. But yeah, it's been annoying. I knew it would be annoying, and people warned me it would be annoying more than anything else, and they were right. You know, fuck it. But
then why do it? Yeah, whole closing of a chapter, fine. Yeah, you sort of fucked it up, but at least it got things going quicker than it would have occurred. Would have it turned out worse if he didn't make it, or would have it turned out better? Hard to say.
Anyway, let's go. Let's keep going.
Actually, I don't even know if he has a crew. At least Mr. Girl, right? Lav, etc.
I'm missing the point. I'm really missing the point. I'm just looking up. I want to talk about treat your art. Did he take it out? Or am I looking up the wrong word? I'm looking the key word audience. Stressful week. Because this, I guess, the moderator of Spicy Chat and Chud, I believe this is, I don't know his name. He brings up that DGG, Destiny, something crappy like that. Their audience, I'm just going to take this off. I don't think this is too out of pocket to not bring up the specific clip. Just take my word for it. I found it in this. This mod for Spicy Chats talked about the DGGers who have abandoned Destiny at this point tried to take refuge in Chud's Discord. And they were like, oh, yeah, we got to kick you out. That got me thinking about abandonment of audiences. Because Beckett, at some point, I don't know if it's in this stream or someplace else, he implies that the people that Westside Tyler, I'm getting sloppy, so this is going to be a crappy ending. The people who pretty much abandoned Demon Mama after his hit piece on Demon Mama went to his Discord, Westside Tyler's Discord. I don't know about that. I'm sure someone could contest to that or not, get factual evidence. Don't know how that's going to turn out, or if this is just going to be a split and after some minor drama for a little bit, it's just going to be a continuous beef between Westside Tyler and President Sunday, because earlier tonight, what I was alluding to, something going down, went down. I tuned in for a couple of minutes and this just sounds retarded. I don't know how his audience or anyone would enjoy this fucking retard flat slap fight. And that's a comparison just to let you know. But yes, that got me thinking about core audiences. So much talk about audiences. It makes me wonder, the big blowout event that really got me back into commentary, the Mama Max stuff, because I remember Mama Max back from the day. I wanted to get info of that. I wanted to see what was going on. I joined Himpleton's Discord and a couple of other got to know a couple of commentary people. I'm pretty sure they all publicly disavow me because I'm just that fucking toxic. But at the end of the day, I more care about getting info in than sort of getting any audience or community. And it's fine for people to do that, but it still puts you in a certain team, I think. There's probably some communities that start off as more nonpartisan, but mostly communities have some sort of bubble effect. I'm trying to avoid saying the term echo chamber because it's imprecise, but different communities of different sizes have different size bubbles, sphere of knowledge and influence. Like normie YouTube, that's outside my sphere. I know about a lot of the culture war stuff, a little bit of politics. I have a buffet within my sphere and enough background to do research in anything that catches my interest and a sort of dedication to that particular thing. But I'm going off on a side tangent. The point about audiences, Mama Max Discord. I mean, the audience of Mama Max. Where did they go? I have to wonder. Where did those people, because they're probably terminally online and they really fucking probably had a very big thirst for going after people. Did they go to leftists like President Sunday, Westside Tyler, Chud's Discord, Himpleton? Was I with? I know a couple of people. Himpleton, at least, was a former Mama Max fan. Probably explains the instability of that man. But at the end of the day, yeah, where did those people go? And did they change to fit into their new communities, or are they trying to do things to change the content creators that they sort of like? But I would like to see a little bit more, going after pedophiles or taking down people like Mama Max, fake people. Are they in Queenman's Discord? Probably not. Maybe a couple of them went. Where did they filter through? And I brought it up earlier. Beckett. He brought it up himself. He doesn't need to rely on Nicholas DiOrio's audience anymore. His numbers. So he has a different audience. It's not quite as much of a crossover, obviously, as it previously was. I can assume from Beckett's own words. So where does his audience come from? I think it came from, it's an educated guess, the Leo Convoy stuff, where he really stuck his neck out. No, not fucking really. As much as you hate fucking Kumo, he did a lot of the legwork. Wow. Akumu, his gay lover, as I was acquainted with that whole drama. I thought that was bullshit, and I thought I don't agree with probably someone like Akumu too much on certain topics, but I agreed. The RCC is complete bullshit. And what happened when it came down to Beckett's video on fucking, I'm going to highlight this. Beckett's video. I click. Oh, he's live. Crash out. COPECAST. Westside Tyler crashes. Why slept? Yeah, you can call it. You really don't want to let this go? You're going to put it on your channel? Well, at least he's got viewers. Good for him. Oh, let's see if his chat's up. I'll give this a look before I go over his other thing. Okay, give it a little bit. Let's see what his audience has to say. Just a sample of this Copen seeds. I sort of tagged.
Most timestamps are shorter. Okay,
What
so we'll
do they
start
have
with the
to
first
see?
one. 43. So 44, 58. Okay.
Let's see what they have to say. Audience, I can actually see
okay.
him now.
Okay, let's get fucking in.
What is going on here? What is he going over?
Whatever kind of porn they're into is just
You're talking
I'm
pretty
curious.
open, dwell too much.
Oh yeah, Tyler made a document. Why?
And those people were still welcome to stick around, and many of them did.
Is this a Cope stream, or is this something else? Does he feel like he's forced by this? Maybe he feels forced. Obligation to respond to the criticism. I don't fucking know. I got off point because I wanted to take a look at a particular point. Maybe I'll look at it and comment on it. I really don't care about this. I'm using this to highlight a certain point that I noticed. Okay, here's the hit piece. He changed the title from Destiny hit piece. Oh, shit. I didn't put that on screen. So I said, I'm falling behind. Okay, Cope and Seed. Looks like more videos. Okay, here it is. Just to highlight certain things. Or is it jar? I don't know. It just seems really weird. It might be the jar video I'm
gun
thinking
safety tips to a paranoid pedophile. Now, having spoken to 3 different people about this incident who have some knowledge of it, as far as I can tell, this was a joke said in a VC, and then Goblin went and asked Vlad.
He talked to people in a VC who said it was a joke.
If he could sell a gun to somebody who wasn't black. And I'm sort of paraphrasing here. And while Goblin has maintained that this is a joke, I'm going to be completely honest with you. If Vlad had turned around and said, yeah, sure, I've got an armory, what do you want?
See, she accepts it's a joke. See, jokes can have double meanings. And he just sort of proved it there. And I don't know what to do because I am dumb and got into this hole myself.
Or like if I needed somebody VCs with
It's bad. Like, oh my god.
He used connections. He
VCs
even
with-
got fucking
We at this
example of
the main point. I might actually be stealing this from Akumu because I do follow Akumu still, even though I disagree with him on certain people. Look, Westside Tyler is a complete schizo. Keep that narrative up, boys. Have your orbiters followed around. Is it true or not? He's admitted. He accepted that he's insane. People should have known that from the beginning. I assumed that it was more Vosh-like, playing it up. Yeah, I just think this is all cope. Westside Tyler, I don't know if he's genuinely insane and spiraling out, or if ultimately he is just playing all of them. I guess only time will tell. There could be a third alternative. I'm too tired to actually tell. Oh, content nuke on Destiny by Ryan Beard. Interesting. Not really something I'm going to focus on, especially since I want to be fucking done. At the end of the day, if you have to keep on repeating and have all your orbiters, maybe go outside your community and get a second opinion. Not from fucking Diesel. Y'all swim in the same waters. Y'all sweep and defend the same sort of people. Diesel's a little bit out there, okay? I wouldn't say it's identical, but you're going to get very similar. You're going to have overlap communities and you're trying to appease your communities. But what about personal standards? How much of the content that these creators do is based on their own personal preferences? You know, Beckett admitted that he had this sort of side tangent because of all the old memories with fucking Destiny. You know, he was in those spaces. Not a big player. Chud Logic was in the panel space. I remember him. Don't remember much from Beckett, but I wasn't the biggest panel scener. I'm sure he was there. And at the end of the day, I don't really care. It's more about the audience that I did most of this for. highlight a couple of other different things that no one's going to care about, probably. My thoughts on a couple of things within the drama, how much of a lack of standards these commentary channels. I'm not saying Nicholas Diorio, or he has standards. I think they're compromised. Chud Logic has standards. The rest of these guys, I think they're more T-tubers. Consider them commentary, I think, is a bit of a joke. Art CC, Neo Art CC, I think, is a better term for it. T channels, they evolve, change. Are they commentary? Yeah, they're still commentary, but they're a different type of commentary than I actually really give a damn about. And I have plenty of criticisms, like them just all running with the same sort of crash out narrative. When fucking Tyler, it's just his persona, online persona. Is he playing it up? Is he completely faking it? Is he genuinely insane? I don't know. They're reading. It's going to be biased. It's team sports, just in a different area of the internet. Because, yeah, probably some refugees from different communities came on to good old Cope and Seethe. But that's every place. And again, this got me thinking, where did Mama Max's where did Mama Max's community? You got to think about this. So they made fun of fucking Westside Tyler for saying you wanted to destroy Tipster, fucking Bo Blacks. I think it was lame to go on the sort of milking spree, but that's just what fucking commentary does. I've accepted it. I don't watch it because, yeah, all these people, really lame losers. I don't know why you have to devote so much focus on it, but I guess it's a sort of love-hate relationship. You learn to hate these people like Bo Blacks when they betray the community. That's why they get such focus. Like Flamenco, Nicholas Diorio, probably the worst thing he does is this sort of hate thing. Why hate Flamenco? But I think he genuinely just dealt with Flamenco enough. Other people are hating him by proxy, or it almost seems. And my mouth is getting wily. And who the fuck will care at the end of the day about this stupid stream talking about? And then with some commentary, my thoughts, some blowouts myself. But the final question I have, where are these audiences coming from? And what effect is it having on content creators? I think having a more adversarial approach to your audience, like Chud Logic, is more effective for keeping yourself. But at a certain point, if you get enough people within the audience with enough pressure, like Tommy C has this whole little thing where he talks about Queeman's community hating him. And I can attest, there's definitely some people are like, oh, he's mischaracterizing us. He's using a 20 light YouTube as evidence. Tommy C doesn't give a fuck. He's been around way too long. To think he takes the hate from Queeman's probably unhinged fans, then Queeman jumps on it. They're creating content. It's a content cycle that I think is ultimately just stupid. And they're in their right to go in they're in their right to go into their little bubbles, but you're turning into bitches fighting about stupid ass stuff instead of looking at fucking like Mama Max and going after him. Or what was that? The super mega drama. Yeah, there's nothing like that. And maybe the commentary will be able to band together when something else comes down the pipeline. But it's derivative as all hell. lockstep. Let's all make fun of Bo Blacks. Okay. How's that entertaining for our audience? Maybe parallel lines. They're not going to watch every stream shitting on this one person, and maybe some people are going to have variation. Is he a grifter? I don't know. I think he's just autistic, a sped weirdo with very questionable sexual conduct. I'd say more of a lolcow than grifter, but what's the difference between the two? And I'm finishing up. I'm sorry for anyone who's joining. I am at the end of my rope. I need to work on my stream endurance. But yeah, fucking commentary. Oh, Netherless is a mod for Chris the Narc. I will leave you with that. I'm just like, why? Why is Chris the Narc have him as a... Okay, I don't care. Peace out. Bye-bye. Fucking hell.